Happy birthday to ya. Happy
Oh my gosh.
birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. And I wish you many, many more. Thank you so much for just taking the time out to address each and every student individually when you can. I appreciate your humbleness, your discipline, your directness. It's forming me. But it's a be. Happy birthday.
Hello, Mike. It's been a long time.
Oh my
A
God,
long
Daniel.
time for sure. I really wanted to wish you a happy birthday. You've done so much for so many people, including me. From zero to where I'm at now, there's no words that can describe the gratitude that I have for you and the Go Cloud community that you've created. Hearing that it's your birthday and adding another year to your belt, hopefully a lot more to come, a large belt that you will be able to hold is my dream. And I really, really love and appreciate everything you've done. At a high level, I do want to say to everybody in the Go Cloud community, thank you for not only believing in Mike, but continuing to pursue your dream to be a cloud architect. Please don't give up. Please keep learning. Please keep growing. And Michael, happy birthday once again. Thank you so much for being the best mentor anyone can ask for. You're truly a gift from God. So happy birthday again, and I hope I get to see you soon. Thank you.
I want to thank you, Mike, for being such a great leader and being an inspiration to all of us at Go Cloud and going above and beyond to ensure that we all succeed in one way or another. I'm very grateful to you and the team, and I wish you more years of happiness, joy, and fulfillment in your life and all endeavors you do. Thank you so much and happy birthday.
Mike, you have changed my life. You've changed my family's life. And the things that you have built are going to be your legacy. I appreciate you for everything that you have done and continue to do. I hope you have an incredible day.
Mike, I'd like to say thank you, and I'm grateful for providing the platform for everyone to come up to speed with up-to-date cloud technologies. May God continue to strengthen you and keep you, and may you be joyful and happy all the days of your life, and may you see success in everything you do. Thank you so much, and I wish you a splendid year ahead.
Hey Mike, I just want to say thank you for all the hard work you've put in over the years for developing this program and all the coursework. Although I'm relatively new, I look forward to the growth and development I'm going to experience in my career path. And this couldn't be done without you, and appreciate all that you've done. And again, wish you a happy birthday. Take care.
Hi Mike, I want to say thank you so much for all the great lessons you taught us, for your leadership and your mentorship. It's been an honor to learn from you. Thank you.
Kalimera, Mike, and happy, wonderful birthday. I wish you the best in life, joy, and all that you desire. And thank you very much for all your efforts and generosity that you have taught us. Thank you.
Hi Mike, I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming out of retirement and getting this program together, this great program with a lot of great people. And you have continued to transform a lot of folks' lives, helping them change their careers and transforming them into great cloud architects. I want you to take some time, please take some time on this day to do things that make you happy, please relax on this birthday. And again, thank you for everything that you do for us.
Thank you, Mike, for all that you do and for changing lives and helping all of us. We appreciate you.
Hi, Mike. Happy birthday. I am really excited and I am honored to be able to, that I have the opportunity to wish you a happy birthday. I wish you long life. I wish you more growth. I wish you more love from Cindy to you. And I wish you the best. And I also wish that you see all of us cloud-eyed. Happy birthday, Mike.
Plan to take this to the very end. This has been a very good and interesting program for me to be in, and I would never had experienced such a thing without this type of program that you are offering. Mike, I just wanted to say thank you for everything that you're doing and everything that you have done. When I first saw your videos, I just had to just get involved in this program, and it's been great. Mike, before I get ready to go, I want to show you something. Mike, this is my buddy Sam. Actually, Samantha. I had her for 26 years, Mike, before she passed away last year. This was my best friend other than my wife, Jacqueline. I wanted to show you a picture of her because every time I see you talk about Cindy, I smile, and when I see pictures of her, I smile harder. Hey man, it's been a pleasure, and I'm looking forward to meeting you soon. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Mike.
So thank you. So I don't know how I thought I was doing a career question and answer session. What did you unsubscribe me from every mailing list that I had?
Exactly. I unsubscribed you from every. I actually I created a tag in our mail in our CRM. I created a tag called Mike's Emails and went and found every single email that you have used. Whether it's a testing email to test if an enrollment worked before I even joined the company and you were trying to do it all by yourself, or it was a your wife's email address or any email address that could potentially be associated with you. I removed and I create for over a month now. I've been sending emails, and every email I go and I say tag does not exist. Mike's Emails.
Unbelievable. That's so touching. I'm clearly affected by it. But thank you for that. Has you and Alonzo and who knows who else written all over it.
Yeah. But I even went as far as removing you from some of the Slack channels. So that you couldn't see me.
Yeah, dug deep to make sure.
And even in live classes that you weren't a part of, I would start off the class with, hey, everybody, I need you to do that thing that I talked about on Slack. And I didn't specifically say what that thing was in the off chance that you might have signed into class under another email that I didn't know. So yeah, let me fix my fuzzy camera here. But happy birthday, Mike.
Thank you. Thank you.
We love it.
Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking I'm going to be talking about cloud careers, answering people's questions, because I love to help people.
Well, sorta.
So yeah. So I thought that would be a nice touch, but also I had some. I wanted to see if we could have a couple of people join us. I don't know if Arun and Daniel are able to join us because they're out there working in the real world, but they're here. I saw them behind the scenes, so they might have had to go take care of a call at work. But I got Al and Daniel, Arun, Roger, Steve, a couple of different
There he is. There he is, Daniel. Oh my God.
Al, Roger,
Al,
Steve,
wow, I'm always thrilled to see
Daniel.
you, and Roger always is Steve. Wow, this is exciting.
So I figured they might want to pop in and say happy birthday. You guys are more than welcome to unmute yourselves.
Have at it.
Anybody knows how to use technology?
Well, everybody here is an architect. You know, we don't touch technology. Somebody else does it for us. We talk about it.
Can anyone hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
we
Oh
can
my
hear
God,
you.
Arun.
Yes.
And Daniel.
Yes. Oh my God.
Hi, Mike. Happy birthday.
Hi, Arun. So good to see you. Wow, you look so different.
Yeah, I had lost my weight and around 10 kgs with the help of exercise and diet.
Well, you look great, and I'm so happy to see you.
Same here. Likewise to see the great people here joining the call, and it's very wonderful. Happy birthday to you, Mike, and let this year be what you desire to achieve and brings you more happiness and health, good health.
I'm just so happy to see you. How is it being an architect these days?
Yeah, it's busy, meetings, always meetings.
What, you mean you're not on Linux and you're not coding and you're not writing Python scripts?
No, from review board meetings to review board meetings. Yeah.
It's the joke I get because everybody's out there telling people they want to be an architect, go learn to code, and I'm like, why would you do that? That's not what we do. Arun, it's great seeing you. Daniel, wow, you have grown. By the way, the last time I saw you, you had 2 beautiful cats. They were little kittens running around the house, and I was like so happy to see you in your new flat, your new apartment with your 2 little kittens running around the house. How are you, Daniel?
I hope you can hear me and there's no echo. I'm blessed to be here. I'm feeling amazing. Just from the beginning to when you first met me to here, and now it's your birthday, seeing all the new faces here as well. I can't pass up an opportunity. There's only one time a year you have a birthday, so I had to make some time to come and wish you happy birthday.
I'm so grateful to see you. I always talk about you and the fight that you had as 20 years old and how proud I am of you. Oh, constantly. Because if I had someone that was a son that was 20 years old, I'd want to have the same fight that you had. Because it was that fight that kept you going and going and going. And I always knew you were going to be something special.
And to this day, there's still so much I'm learning. And I think back to how Mike still looked at me and said, if you want to do this, you have to believe in yourself and I'll help you do it. And it's as part of that message, I really wanted to convey, without you, even if I could do it, without you guiding me and letting me know and encouraging me, even when I was discouraged in this job market and people and employers or whatnot, I would not make it here. So thank you so much. But
you're here, you're a working architect. I am so proud of you and so happy for you. Oh my God. Now I'm seeing all kinds of exciting people pop in. Like
I might, this whole sickness thing might have just been a ruse to make you think that I was being. No, I'm just kidding. I'm truly sick. I'm going to the doctor tomorrow. I promise. But yeah, you got lots of people that wanted to pop in. Richard, you still got the wrong microphone, Richard. You were on the Zoom call earlier. Did you get the microphone?
Uh-oh.
I love it.
And Richard has all kinds of experience being on camera too.
Right. Can you hear me now? Is it better?
We can barely hear you. I don't know if there might be a gain issue on your side.
Okay, so real quick, I am going to turn to the. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so before Daniel disappears, this is a beautiful day. I'm not going to talk to. I will talk to Mark in just a moment. But before Daniel disappears, I just want to tell him. I just want to tell you, Daniel, thank you so much for that. The fireside chat that you had with Mike. It was on YouTube one night. It was 3:13 a.m. I couldn't sleep. I was in a boot camp. It was miserable. I was trying to become SAP on AWS. It was tough. I didn't know what I was doing. And then your video popped up. I watched the whole thing, 56 minutes or so. And when I woke up in the morning, I told my wife, this is it. I'm going to contact Go Cloud me. She's like, why? I said, because Daniel. She's like, who is Daniel? Who in the world is Daniel? I'm like, Daniel did something that I really want to do. If he can do it, and the way in which he talked about all the challenges that he faced, that sounded like me. So I wanted to do this. So she gave me her credit card. I participated in a webinar. I think I chatted with Chris, and then I got started. Is this happened in March of this year? I'm still here, and it's a beautiful day today to celebrate Mike, but also to see you, Daniel, popping up there, and knowing that you have made it. You have inspired me. Mike is a great teacher, not just to you, but he's like a mentor to me. I talk about Mike every day, and I just couldn't do it without associating your name to Mike. So happy birthday, Mike. You know how I feel about you. You know how much I look up to you. But again, you are building a legacy that you are not aware of. That legacy one day, maybe some other people here will write a book and talk about how great of a mentor you are, how great of a human being you are. And I just want to wish you happy birthday and welcome to the 50 years old club. I'm glad to welcome you to our club.
Thank you.
I'm glad.
I'm a little speechless, but thank you, Richard.
Yeah, I'm glad Richard had the chance to say that, because I think almost at least once a month, Richard reminds me that about his experience watching Daniel's video, and and he doesn't just tell me, but I hear him tell other people that too. And he's not the only person. And that's why we try to do those videos. I know Daniel knows that, because we talked about it when we did it. But that's the exact reason why we do those videos, and why we because people see themselves and they're like, I want to do that. I can do that. So I'm glad you had the chance to say that to Daniel, Richard.
He won't friend me on LinkedIn until last week. Until last week. It's been like 6 months. But it happened. Marla knows. I'm a groupie. If I look up to you, I will chase you.
Probably.
I think it was Wallace who actually had to shut off his LinkedIn because he kept getting too many people trying to hire him.
Yeah, exactly. He receives messages from recruiters and hiring managers too often, so he tends to not to respond.
Yeah.
Because at some point it happens. Al Uri, I'm so happy to see you here.
Al, it's good to see you.
Good to see you, Mike. And how do you say, the kids and myself all wanted to say happy birthday to you. They're in school right now, but hopefully you'll get a chance to see their message. And it's interesting because they're also promoting Go Cloud through their parents. Like, you have to be able to see this. I get a chance to say hi to Mike all the time when he's there, and he always waves at me. So kids are promoting. I've been letting so many people know about the program. There have been engineers, there have been some other executives that were looking at going in a different direction. And promotions haven't stopped, and I've enjoyed everything that's been within Go Cloud and the Go Cloud family, without a doubt.
Thank you. And I can't wait. I have to see another video of your like junior Olympian daughters doing some kind of running that's so darn fast it's hard to believe.
Well, now all the way down to 13, the 13-year-old, the 11-year-old, and the 6-year-old are all going out. Hopefully for next year, we're trying to see about bringing home some kind of medal of some sort. But it's a constant grind. But we all appreciate everything, and hopefully for you, we get a chance to come down to Florida at some point in time when school's out, and we'll see about.
Just let me know when. I'd love to meet you guys. Love to. Love to.
So I wanted to say hi, Michael. Happy birthday.
Hi, Marla.
I love seeing
it's always
all
good
guys.
to see you.
Yes.
Always thrilled to see you.
Everybody here. Hey, Daniel, you selling pins? You remember we got you to sell that pin? I was like, listen, man, you got it. I'm so glad that you're doing very well. I wanted to stop in and, of course, say happy birthday. Thank you for everything, Michael. You're always so sincere and always trying to give personalized attention to 1,000 plus people. It's amazing. And I just love everything that you do. You always encourage me. I appreciate it so much. So I was just, of course, jumped at the chance to come here and say happy birthday to you personally. I hope you enjoyed your rare vacation that Christopher made you take. And I love seeing that picture from the beach that you had. So one of these days I'll be able to take a vacation too. But I just wanted to come and say hi. I have to go pick up some kids from the bus and then keep going from there. But I couldn't wait to just stop in and say happy birthday. We appreciate you. We love you, and just so happy to have you in our lives as our coach and mentor. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much, Marla, and I'm just thrilled to see you.
Sure, same here. See you guys later.
Bye, Marla. Glad you were able to pop in. Hey,
Yes,
Roger,
me too.
I know you're walking around the streets of Canada, probably. Is it Canada you're in?
Oh, no. In fact, I'm in downtown Chicago.
Chicago. I knew it was a C. I couldn't remember.
Roger, it's
Yeah,
always
so-
good seeing you.
Yeah, so it's really nice to have the opportunity to know you, Mike, and know the Go Cloud career team. It's an amazing team, and all the new students here. And take the opportunity to say thank you very much, Michael, for what you have done for all of us, and also take the opportunity to say happy birthday.
Thank you so much, Robert. I'm so thrilled to see you.
Yeah.
Roger, I really am.
Thank you, Roger. Really appreciate you popping in. I'll let you get back to the streets of Chicago.
Sorry, maybe I'm here. It's a little bit noisy.
Oh, that's fine. I'm gonna let you go so we can rotate some more people in and out of here.
It's so good to see you,
Okay.
Roger.
Thank you,
Good evening,
Roger.
Roger.
Bye, Roger.
And Steve, I'm thrilled to see you as well.
Well, happy birthday, big guy.
Thank you, Steve.
You know, I've got some words of wisdom here for you.
Sure.
Michael, 50 years is a wonderful age to be. It's a time when you not only have a clear vision of your past, but also a promising glance at the future. Of course, that glance into the future might require bifocals. That's a small price to pay for all the wisdom you've gained. Seriously now, what I've identified in you, Mike, is vision. You're a thought leader with vision, you're a CEO with vision, and you're a teacher with vision. We all benefit from your work, and your work opens up people's minds to all the possibilities that are available to them. And having many possibilities is real abundance. It's wealth. Now, Mike, some of your students will reach the stars, but all of us can land in the clouds. So I'll close my remarks with this. Mark Twain once said that the two greatest days in a person's life are 1, the day they get born, and 2, the day they discover why. Mike, I'm sure that you know by now that your why is to equip and launch leaders into the work of digital transformation. Happy birthday, Mike, and I wish you the happiest returns.
Thank you, Stephen. It's funny. I'm very familiar with Mark Twain, and that's exactly my why. You know, sometimes in life, you know, we all have to find our niche. And when I got my first person, their first tech job about 20 years ago, I went, oh my God, this is the best feeling in the world. And now that I can do it full time, came out of retirement to do this, it's really exciting. So thank you.
You bet. Happy birthday.
Hey,
Hey,
Anthony.
Anthony.
Happy birthday, Mike.
Hi, Anthony. It's always good to see you.
Very great to see you. That was just such a great quote that Steve had mentioned right there. That's the thing I think about with you, is that this is the purpose that you have, is to create leaders. And one thing that I consistently get from you is, even when you have these great accomplishments, you're always reminding me that it was not an individual effort, it was a team effort. And you always are mentioning the others around you, like Chris and Alonzo and everybody on the team that helped you get there. And so even on the little things, you're giving me wisdom and you're helping me grow. And I just want to tell you how much I appreciate you. sending me text messages and encouraging me, and really being a father figure in my life and a mentor that I can always count on. And I just hope that I can, continue to work with you and make you proud and really have some great accomplishments within cloud architecture.
Thank you, Anthony, and I'm so grateful to know you. And you do make me proud. And I've watched how far you've actually grown, and it's kind of exciting to see it.
Thanks
for Chris, before I go, I posted something there. This was an exchange between Mike and Daniel. I'm not a, I'm trying to say that when I say that I'm really logged in and trying to emulate some of the best that have gone through the program, I do it. Listen to what they say, writing it down, copying it down, memorizing it. Daniel, do you remember that one? So that's just one. So happy birthday, my mentor. And I don't want to take up the screen too much, but it's great to be here with everybody. Thank you so much.
I was wondering what was future. All right. So I know I've got a lot of other things to go through here, but before I've got another video to play here, but before I play another video, I wanted to check with Arun or Daniel, since I know you guys, I know you and Anthony, I think you're currently at work right now as well. I don't know about Daniel or Arun, but I wanted to see any of you got anything that you on your mind that you want to share or say or ask or do anything. We don't have to turn this into a roast. We can just have a regular conversation. But figured I'd let you guys, working guys, kind of take the lead here before I get to another video.
One thing I wanted to say is that speaking at will is the quality that you need the most, which you'll have to take ages to find it by yourself. And if you find that motto to do that, that's when you'll believe that, okay, you can achieve wonders in cloud.
Say that again. The what?
Speaking at will.
Yes.
Speaking at will is the most important quality, which is pretty underrated. Once you find that motto to do that, that's when you'll believe that, okay, cloud can do wonders for you.
Absolutely. Yes. I agree with that.
I totally agree. We have to be able to communicate it, find out what people want, and then show them how it's going to help them.
Yep.
Yeah, it's all the other stuff that really matters most for this world. So Arun, you've been an architect now for about 1.5 years. How good are you at picking wine and scotch selections for your clients?
Great.
Well, if you remember a year ago when we did this, he was walking into a pub for a meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. If you go back and watch last year's birthday stream, he's literally live streaming us walking into a pub for his executive meeting with his clients.
It's funny. Nobody told me when I started my architecture career 25 years ago. I mean, I knew I wasn't going to be touching the tech or configuring the tech or coding, but no one told me that I was going to need to take golf lessons and need to take wine lessons and need to take scotch lessons. But I figured Arun's been an architect now for about 1.5 years pre-sale, so he's probably getting pretty good at selecting food, wine, and scotch.
Yeah. So sorry guys, I'm slacking on my job here. I forget that this is my job sometimes, especially when we're having fun. I got to tell you about our stuff, the stuff that we do. So Tyrone, thankfully, has been running the banners and putting stuff in the chat box over here. So as you can see, we have our How to Get Your First Cloud Architect Job Guide, based on our How to Get Your First Cloud Job webinar, which is based on our How to Get Your First Cloud Job program. Get the free guide, completely free. It lays out everything that we tell everybody to give you a roadmap for success. So get that completely free. Now, I say that's going to give you the roadmap, but it does not give you the 700 hours worth of training and the 3 live classes a week for an entire year and the ability to talk with Daniel and Steve and Arun and Alonzo and Mike and all these people. But what does do that is the 40% off birthday special for Mike's birthday. Since we don't apparently give Mike gifts, Mike gives you gifts. This is how it is. This is what goes on for our Cloud Architect Career Development Program. That is his birthday gift to you, and take advantage of it. On all payment plans, finance options, everybody here is taking advantage of it. Daniel took advantage of it. Arun took advantage of it. Anthony's taking advantage of it. Al, Steve, Alonzo, everybody's taking advantage of it. And you see them nodding their heads there. You're like, yeah, definitely take advantage of it. So there's that for you. And then, of course, if you wanted to see a taste of what it's actually like, both to be a cloud architect and in our training program, do our Cloud Architect Challenge on Tuesday night, next Tuesday, where we'll actually basically do exactly what we do in class, present you a solution, and then you design it. So come take advantage of that and see if you have what it takes to be a cloud architect. If you got what it takes, go out there and get a job as soon as the challenge is over. If you don't, maybe come and join our training program, or listen and ask questions and figure out where you might have some deficiencies. Maybe it's only a small deficiency and you can fix it on your own. Great. Our whole goal is to help you reach your goal as fast as possible, whether it's with us or, again, if you just have to go fix one little thing, we'll tell you exactly that one little thing and you go fix it, and boom, you're out there raking in the dough, getting a new apartment, adopting 2 cats, and living the life like Daniel over there. So anyway, now that I got my stuff out of the way, if I could play another video, gentlemen, any objections?
Before you do, Chris,
Yeah.
I wanted to say something to anybody that's watching and considering joining. I will say this from somebody who has gone through it. There is no program out there that is going to give you what GoCloud does. They give you more than just technical training. It comes to leadership training. They teach you how to brand yourself. This price, you are getting the deal of a lifetime, because this is literally going to change your life for the next 20 to 30 years, making more income than you could ever have even dreamed of prior to coming into this. Daniel has this incredible episode when he got hired that he talks about it. And so if anybody's on the fence, I'm telling you, it is something you will never regret. Getting to be part of GoCloud, meeting all the executives and being around Mike, you will learn so much that's going to change your lives. I'm telling you, it's so worth it. Hope you guys definitely take advantage. But I'm going to hop off. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and a happy birthday, Mike.
Thanks, Anthony. So good to see you.
Thanks, Anthony.
Thanks, Anthony. I'm sure Daniel, you got mentioned there. I'm sure you might want to say something.
It's truly an honor to have my name associated with Mike's, I pride myself because I'm not a salesperson. I'm not going to sell you something because this is a product and we need sales. I kind of don't like that type. People have their own morals and how they do their ethics, but I prefer to, if a customer really needs help and they really, really want to do the things to make their situation better, pointing them in the right direction. Even a few days ago, I'm in an Uber. My Uber driver's asking what I do, and I tell him, and he's like, "Do you have any help for me?" And to be able to refer him to this program without feeling any guilt that I'm sending you in the wrong place, or I'm just sending you somewhere so that someone can make a buck off of you, and I'm sending you somewhere where they will truly change your life if you apply it, because they've done it for me. And hearing the passion in my voice, it's words can't even really describe what I'm able to do for others through Mike. So I'm glad that I was used as an example for other people to realize they could do it too. So again, without you, Mike, I would not be here. So happy birthday again.
And I'm always just so happy to see you, Daniel. You had some more challenges than the average bear, so to speak, and you rose like a lion to conquer them. And I am so excited and proud of you.
That internal warrior lion that you have, I know will take you so far.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you.
And the Before cat's I pretty hop big off, right now, guys, right? Before I hop off, guys, Daniel, I'm so impressed with you, your manner, your professionalism, your smile. You know, you're young and you've got a great future ahead of you. And yeah, you come on, admit it, you're the product of GCC and Mike's mentorship. So let other people know like you're doing. That's awesome to see that you're letting people know. And before I get going here, I just want to say I've said this to Mike, I've said this to Chris. GCC is like the Harvard for lawyers, for architects. It's the top-notch prep school and finishing school in one, and you get involved and your life is going to change for the better. I'll guarantee it.
Now that's a heck of an endorsement.
Thank you.
I really appreciate that. I pour my life into this, and when I hear things like that, or see Arun, or see Daniel, or see Marla or Al, it really gets to me. As you can tell, I'm a little bit affected, but you know, and I'm a pretty tough martial artist with 30 years of martial arts background, Olympic lifting and powerlifting, but this got me.
All right. Well, I got another video to play here, so I hope everybody enjoys.
First, I pray for your long, healthy, and happy life. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike, for everything that you do for the community.
Thank you, Mike, for all that you do. You have taught me a lot about cloud architecture and how to be a great cloud architect, but you've also given me a lot of valuable skills that I'll be using outside of my professional career and in my personal life. Thanks.
Hope you have a fantastic day, and I just want to say thank you for everything. Your passion speaks through your words and your actions, and your dream for helping everyone, including myself. So I appreciate you.
Mike, you are the best. I love your energy. Many more years to you.
Hey Mike, today is the day, bro. Where you turn like 29. So happy birthday. Wishing you the best. Enjoy some jerk chicken, some reggae music. Just chill out and just blast that music, bro. Tell the neighbors it's your special day. And if anything happens or you get somebody called on you, just tell them, hey, it's my birthday and Angelo gave me permission. So just enjoy it, bro. You know, we are so grateful for everything you do for us. We're very thankful that we got to cross paths and that, you know, we enjoy this journey together. That's a big part of this, is just celebrating each other's success. And you've had a lot of success, and because of your help, we've had success.
Mike, thank you for being such an amazing person. I think you're an awesome teacher, role model, and instructor. And I wish you many healthy, strong years ahead. Happy birthday.
Hi Mike, I just want to take a few moments to express my heartfelt appreciation for all the incredible things that I have experienced through my journey with Go Cloud Careers. Your wisdom, knowledge, and unwavering support is a beacon of upliftment for my career development. Thank you, and I certainly appreciate all the things you have done. Thanks again. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much for the hard work that you are doing. I'm seeing the reaps and rewards of the hard work that you have been giving us in the form of education. I'm doing wonders in my career as a cloud solution architect. Thank you very much for that, Mike.
Hi, Mike. Thank you so much for everything you do for the community. I wish you long life, good health, and everything you wish for yourself on this day.
Hi, Mike. May you have a wonderful birthday and many more. Thank you for all that you do.
Well, Mike, I hope that today you get a chance to spend time with your loved ones, celebrating you because you are worth it. Thank you for all that you do.
Thank you, Mike, for being a great friend, for being the best cloud architect, for bestowing us with your knowledge and creating this program to help all of us, in particular for helping me. I do appreciate you. I love you, man, and happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mike. I wish you the best and many more years of prosperity and good health.
Hello, Mike. I don't even know how to start to say this, but one thing I want you to know is my joining Go Cloud Careers opened my eyes. I was thinking I've got so much experience when it comes to learning, but all that you have taught us, your coachings, the way you teach is an eye-opener. Learned.
Whatever you're doing, be part of the Go Club family. Always inspire me, and I always work hard to craft a personality like you, and you are my role model. Thank you so much, Mike. Really, thank you so much.
Hey Mike, happy birthday to you. I know it's been a long time. Love to catch up. Hope you're doing great. Enjoy your birthday.
Thank you for the gifts you give us every day, which is yourself. Your humility, your poise where you lead us in class is all so great. Thank you so much, Mike, and happy birthday. Happy birthday.
My God. All those accents from everywhere, from Jamaica, all over Africa, all over England, all over Asia, Canada. It's just, I don't even know. I'm kind of speechless, and that never happens for people that know me.
Well, we love you, Mike. Everyone, I say this, and we always have a chance to talk. And what you started versus where you are right now, you had plans to do so many different things from a tactical perspective, and now you are changing lives on a global scale. There's not one continent, there's not one place where people live or have not or relocated, immigrated, whatever, that you haven't affected someone from that area. And it's all because of your passion, your ability to reach out, to understand people, and to be able to transform them with what you know. And we are very proud of you for that.
Thank you.
I'm letting Alonzo do most of the talking today.
Be careful though. Don't buzz me though. Don't buzz me.
Yeah. So I know we've got some questions that we know we get from the audience a lot. So I think Alonzo's put some together.
Yep.
Not so much about how to be an architect or all those things. I mean, you thought you were coming to answer some questions, yes, but there's going to be some different questions than what you.
I'm always happy to answer questions.
So, Alonzo, you got some of those ready?
Yeah, we got a few, Mike. So the first one that we received was where it's a two-prong. When and where did you find your passion for tech, specifically the cloud?
Well, the cloud's not new. I've been on the cloud in some way, shape, or form since 1996, although that cloud was Frame Relay.
I'm gonna interrupt you here, Mike.
Yeah.
We don't want the webinar answer.
Okay.
All right.
Nope, we don't.
You know, the reality was, sometime back in 1996, my brother, and he and I are like, what's my brother-in-law, but he and I are like super close. Outside of my wife, he's my best friend in the entire world. And he was playing this Command and Conquer Red Alert game. And, you know, trying to do that over a 28.8 dial-up modem was so bad that I actually was dealing with ISDN lines and BGP and by then just to figure out how to play video games with my brother and improve his video gaming experience. And in the process of working with this tech called ISDN, which, you know, in the networking world, you know, got renamed I Still Don't Know, because it didn't work and nobody knew it. I actually had to learn it really well because Verizon kept delivering it to my house and it would shut off every night. And I had to go in there and start debugging it. And we had these stupid Q921 and Q931 messages that the thing would talk to the switch. And the next thing I realized, I knew that. And then my wife said to me, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. She's like, dear, you want to come to bed and sleep? You got to go practice medicine in the morning. I'm like, no. There's still a networking thing. I got to figure it out. And she says to me, why don't you work in tech? And I was like, what a great idea that is. You don't have to spend all my money buying tech stuff. That was then. I'd say 1996 is really when it hit me that, tech was going to be my thing.
Wow. Okay. Well, they've got another question for you. So, what type of support system did you have to help you reach your goals as a cloud architect?
My wife. I've got an incredible wife. She's one of those people that I met. I think we were dating for 2 weeks, and I said, I'm going to marry you someday. And she looked at me like I had 4 heads. 6 months later, we were engaged, and we've been now married. We just had our 27th wedding anniversary on August 18th. So, and we were engaged for about a year and a half before that. So, we've been together over 28 years, but it was my mother-in-law. Believe it or not, it was my mother-in-law, father-in-law, and brother-in-law that were like, when my wife says, why don't you just give up working and study tech? I was embarrassed because, I was supposed to be the provider, right? And they're like, no, you're like this computer whiz. Just go do it. You'll be fine. We'll figure it out. Here's a house to go stay in and live in until you're ready. But yeah, it was really that. And then I'm going to say a couple of things really did happen that was really good to me. I have a coach, and she's been with me now for about 20 years. Her name is Frances Dare. She's an executive coach. She gave me more guidance and mentoring than I can possibly ever describe. I still speak to her almost once a week, once every other week, and ask her her opinion on things. I have another friend, Andrea, who was on our show one day. I'd say she's part of my board of directors for the last 23 years in tech. And I'd say those two really had a huge impact on me.
Well, I'm thinking I want to give Steve and Daniel an opportunity to ask any questions they may have on their minds.
Oh, boy. We'll start with Steve.
Yeah, Steve is chomping at the bit.
Well, yeah, I was trying to figure out how to get unmuted on this thing. It's a new platform for me. I still have to come up with a question. Okay, so Mike, I heard you say that there were some important figures in your life. Your brother-in-law, right? Motivating you to get involved and make discoveries in this networking thing. And then you have an executive coach. And who is the other one now? There's a third one.
So I think I mentioned Andrea Kaza. So she was the director of sales engineers back when I was at Riverstone, which used to be the old Cabletron, which is now Nokia. And I used to go out to San Jose every Monday, and I'd be consulting on IP multicast things. And I remember here's what my trip would be like. I used to take America West because they had the cheapest flights, and it would either stop in Las Vegas or Phoenix along the way. And I'd get to Las Vegas, and I'd have 6 messages from her. The first message, Mike, I know you're supposed to go to San Jose, but I need you to go to the Petaluma. Mike, actually, if you're at a connecting flight, can you go to LA? And then there'd be another one. Mike, wait. I really need you at the tax to go work. And there were these things. And, when the plane would land, I would just call her just as a matter of courtesy. Like, I've got a couple of messages. Where do you really want me to go to? But, she really looked out for me in that company. And we got to know each other really well. And, I met so many great friends at Riverstone Networks. Many of them went to Cisco. Many of them are at Nokia. Many of them at Google now and Microsoft and all these other wonderful tech companies. But, she really gave me a lot of guidance. I remember I was ready to become the director of systems engineering. And I called her and she was like, yes. And then I told my manager, and my manager says to me, no. And I asked him why. And he says, I can't promote you because you're responsible for upwards of 20% of the organization's revenue. And you're one of the most amazing principal architects I've ever had. And because of that, I can't afford to lose you and let you move into a leadership position. I need to keep you as an individual contributor. Now, 2 weeks later, I was at Cisco, which was their competition.
Can't keep a good man down.
But you know,
You
if you're going to
selling
tell
it,
someone they're
that
too good
mistake.
to get promoted, I mean, that's the ultimate demotivator. But I remember I called Andrea, and I remember how supportive she was. When I started this company, I was like, what do you want to do? She does some interview coaching periodically, but I'd say her and Francis really had a major impact on, you know, teaching me leadership skills. And Francis was a huge, huge impact. It's Cisco I was assigned to mentor, and it was her. And you've just stayed in touch 20 years later.
Well, people are so important in our lives. In my life, I've had important people come every 5, 6, 7 years, you know, periodically, and really influence me and teach me a lot. You're a great teacher. And let's look at the people right here on this screen. There's yourself, our visionary thought leader and teacher and CEO. And then we've got Alonzo, the chief marketing officer, getting the word out, you know, bringing more people into this wonderful organization. And then we've got Chris, keeping everything running smoothly and operating really well. We've got Daniel.
That's a nice
wonderful, a shining example of a success of the program, and me, a student in the program for a few months and just full of confidence, because every week I'm inspired more and more and more by the people involved in this whole Go Cloud career. So what a great bunch of people all together here.
Thank you. We have to give a special honor and thank you to Chris. So most people don't realize how hard Chris has to deal with me.
He made that job sound really, really simple. Really simple.
Those of you that know me know that I'm a yogi, and I like to practice my yoga each week. And yoga is a moving meditation. And the whole point of a meditation is to clear your mind out. And the second you do that, all these ideas pop up. So I'm more disciplined about it now, but I really gotta hand it to Chris. You know, when we started this company, and a couple months later, he basically said I had a school and I didn't even realize it. I would send him 15 to 30 texts every single night. Chris, I had this idea. Chris, I had this idea. 5 minutes later, Chris, I had this idea. It's now 11 o'clock at my life, and my wife is like, you gonna stop texting Chris? I'm like, no, he's the only guy that's gonna be able to figure out how to get it done.
I gotta find this. So we sent Mike on a vacation, and he left his laptop at home, which is good.
Yeah.
So I got to go a long ways back.
Well, he did take Cindy's iPad with me.
Interestingly enough, I actually go. Okay, yeah. So on the Friday that he went on vacation, he started sending. Where did it go? I gotta find it. Here. I can't find it. Apparently, you stopped sending. Anyway,
I actually wrote the idea down because you told me.
I can't remember. I'm trying to find the exact words that I used. They've disappeared. But anyway, he started sending ideas. And it's like, look, you're on vacation. You literally just went on vacation. It is like 30 minutes into your vacation. And I say, send them to yourself. You can send messages to yourself on WhatsApp. Send messages to yourself on WhatsApp. What the hell is going on out here? Hold on.
Yeah, actually, it was August 11th at 5:51 p.m. when I sent it to myself.
I love it.
I never would have thought of sending a message to myself.
Yeah, it's behind the curtain. It's hilarious.
He just started sending messages. He'd only been on vacation for 30 minutes. He couldn't have even left his damn house. Pardon my French. Leave that out on YouTube, but he couldn't have even left the house.
Chris, how many times do we have to tell him to get off of WhatsApp? Like, don't play in the sand, please. Build a sand castle. Do something.
Yeah. So I love how you put that though, Steve. You're right. We got the visionary. We've got the promoter. We've got the carnival barker, the promoter, the PT Barnum over there. Alonzo. We got me. I don't even know what you would begin to describe me. And then you got Daniel, the example of what's possible, and Steve, the example of how you get what you do to get there. And I love how you put that. That was great. Daniel, any question or anything that you want to ask Mike?
Oh boy. Um, with what I'm doing now, there's a lot of you can see a lot of different people, backgrounds, and different learning styles. Um, One thing in the back of my head is I know in 10 years from now I might, be leading a group of people, a team with different skill sets. The thing I've noticed is what makes a good leader is one that knows how to communicate with his team. Doesn't matter how technical adept they are. It matters if they can communicate what they know to their team. Let them know that you got their back, even if they mess up, you mess up, you got their back. Um, but that requires a lot of patience, a lot of skill, a lot of time, um, and a lot of grace for yourself, especially because as people that want to help others and help even companies achieve their goals and make their revenue, sometimes if things don't work out, we take it out on ourselves, and that's not healthy. So my question is, how do you handle that, and how do you manage um, people that have such different skill sets and different learning styles?
So, a couple of things. One is I've pushed my body to the limit for most of my life. And I say this for a reason. If you run at 100%, let's say you can run at 20 miles an hour, so you decide to run at 21 miles an hour until you can't anymore, until you fall down. I'm not recommending this, but there's that. Navy SEALs go through buds, and the whole point is to break them down, to see what their breaking point is. Find your limit. Find a safe place, like one of those Airdyne bikes, and really push it hard. Get checked by your doctor first to make sure it's safe. But truly put yourself under stress and learn how to just breathe and get comfortable with the uncomfortable. The next part of it is I've learned to appreciate the differences that we all have. Now, the reality is this. Chris and I are probably opposites, and I'm so lucky for that. Alonzo and I could be twin brothers. I'm not joking. I actually had a conversation with Alonzo's wife, and I always try to listen, and I usually close my eyes for a minute to try and take in more information. For 30 seconds, I didn't realize it was his wife, Teresa. I thought it was my wife, Lisa. She was, you couldn't tell that she wasn't my wife. In fact, I asked her what her affiliation was for shoes, because my wife has a shoe issue, meaning that we have like 3 bedrooms filled with shoes. And sure enough, it was the same kind of conversation. But, it's the differences in us. So I like to think it's Xerox. This company invented Ethernet and gave it away. And they invented the graphical user interface, and they gave it to Steve Jobs, which became the Apple operating system, because they didn't think either one was the same. And I don't know this to be true, but in my mind, I figure they all went to the same high school, all went to the same college, all joined the same country club, and all thought the same thing. It's the differences between us that enable us to get creative. So I've learned to surround myself with the freakishly smartest people I can possibly find, and I let them be themselves. Because the second you constrain somebody and try and make everybody fit into a box, they're not themselves anymore. So I'd rather have somebody that's got a PhD in statistics that just happens to know cloud or one element of it. Somebody that was a firefighter that didn't go to college at all, that all of a sudden is an expert on cybersecurity. The next person that was an NFL running back, for example, that's got a work ethic that'll never quit. And when you put them all together in the room, they think differently, and they are different. So the key is not to get frustrated by the differences, but to really look for what's exceptional about each person. And by doing so, everybody thinks the same. That football player may have a creative strategy that they learned in football, which is applicable here. Plus, I know a football player will never quit. They just won't quit until they win, because that's how they made it to that level. And that firefighter is used to being under extraordinary stress, for example, that I just gave you. And they're good under pressure. So the key is to try and build the most diverse team you possibly can of all super smart, super decent people. The only thing that I'm particular about is I won't have anybody that doesn't have a good attitude or isn't nice to others. Because it only takes one person. You got a 10-person team and you put one person in there and they're nasty and nobody does anything. I mean, literally nobody does anything. So I don't really care what anybody's background is. Anybody can learn. It doesn't matter. I'd rather find the better person with the better attitude and more oomph, energy, enthusiasm behind them because they can do anything. Look at you. I mean, what are you, 22 now, 23 now? Been an architect now for a couple of years at the world's biggest bank. What are you going to be when you're 33? A CTO? CIO?
Oh my. It's just a lot. With these roles, yes. Once you get a role and you start working in these spaces, you realize everyone's a person, and a role is something that is assigned to them. But at the same time, every year comes by, promotions or whatnot, you start to realize that there's a responsibility, a lot of that responsibility tied to that role, and I really, I just want to make sure that in my long-term vision of 5, 10 years from now, I know it frustrates me because everyone knows how impatient I am, and I wish I could just get this skill, whatever it is, in a few months and knock it out, as I can clearly do with the test. But even my own peers and colleagues that are surprised to see me with them and conversing with me, they say these skills that you want, it takes time. You got to practice them, and but if you keep them in mind, you'll get there. So.
Yeah, and that's really wise advice. I think I learned that via martial arts. The first time you try a jumping, spinning back kick, it is not pretty. The second time you try it, it is not pretty. The 500th time you try it is not pretty. 1,500 practices later, boy, it looks good. And I know Steve can add to that a lot as well. But Steve, you know martial arts. How long does it take you to really perfect them?
Well, some people take longer. Some people take a shorter period of time. I think it's you wake up one day and you say, you know what? I'm not going to be beat. I'm going to win. Now, you mentioned jumping, spinning back kick. That was my my trainer's signature move. I had to defend against that every time we sparred, and it is hard to defend against, I'll tell you. But you know, he used to kick me, and I'd sail through the air and hit the wall at first. And months later, I could stand there and just absorb his blows. And finally, I could defend against those jumping, spinning back kicks and begin making some small attacks and then bigger and worse attacks until we could look each other eye to eye. But you know, take the hits, you know, take them one by one, and you'll just keep getting tougher and tougher.
Daniel said something that was told to him, and I don't know if anybody realized that he said it. Because he said that he was asking others about these things, and that one of the things they said was that you have to keep it in mind. It takes experience and it takes time to develop these things, but you have to keep it in mind. If you're trying to figure out how to develop patience and how to develop open-mindedness and how to develop empathy, because you're working with a diverse group of people, you have to keep it in mind.
Yes.
You said that. I don't know if you realize that you said that, Daniel, but that's whoever said that to you. I don't know if they expanded on that, but that is a very big golden nugget that a lot of people could probably look over. It's like, you know, the old saying, the old joke is, don't ever pray for patience because they're going to test, you know, you're going to get tested. Well, you know, it's the same. It's the reverse of that concept. If you want to develop some of these skills that especially the ones that we have in our program, there's a reason why we have them in our program. It's because they need to be in mind. You're not going to develop them if you're not actually thinking about them while you're trying to develop them. And, you know, again, you're 22. You could spend an entire year every day only thinking about, okay, I'm going to improve my empathy. Okay. After a year, you've got the best empathy skills. You're 23. Now you can spend an entire year. I'm going to improve my Open-mindedness. Okay, now you're a master of empathy and open-mindedness, and you're 24. Now I'm going to develop my persuasion. And I'm 25. Now I'm empathetic, open-minded, and persuasive. And you're only 25. I'm just hypothetically saying that's what you can do. Everything you do all day long has that thought of empathy ingrained into it, or that thought of persuasion ingrained into it in year 3, or it doesn't even have to be a year, 12 weeks, 16 weeks, but just whoever said that, having it in mind while you're trying to develop that skill, that was critical.
And keeping it in mind is really, you really hit something there. When my wife comes home with 15 pairs of shoes one day, and she does, and I have 4 of them, one dress shoe, one thing to go to the strength and conditioning coach with, another one for moderate. And I look at it and then I'm like, she likes shoes. Like, I have my toys, which are ridiculous. She has her toys. And once I look at it that way and keep it in mind, having 3 bedrooms filled with shoes doesn't seem as unique as it has to be.
Yeah. All right. So I think Al's got somebody that's excited to see you.
Always good to see you back, Al.
Be loud. Say hi, Mike.
Hi. Oh my God, it's so good to see you.
Say hi. So we're in
She's
transit,
beautiful.
but she definitely wanted to be able to say hi, Mike.
Bring her to class someday. I'd be thrilled to have her there. We'll get her started early. Just bring her.
Say louder.
I love it.
So good
I
to
love
see
it.
you. I can't wait to see you in the Olympics if you're like the rest of your sisters.
Say yes. She can't hear you. Okay. Say we'll see you later, Mike.
All right. Y'all be
Hi,
safe.
it's so nice to see you.
Okay.
Thanks, Mel.
Wow, she
I
seems
love
like
it.
such a sweet, cute little girl.
All right.
I've watched them run. They're all in like the Junior Olympics. His daughters are so fast. I was a strength and conditioning guy too, so
Man,
he's clearly doing a
love
great job with them.
All right. So I got another thing here. Some of you may have, if you were with us last year, I think we've kind of started a tradition here, but we've got another person here. We've got Ebenezer here.
Ebenezer.
Ebenezer, it's so nice to see you.
Make sure
Ebenezer's
you
one of
unmute
the
yourself, Ebenezer. I can't unmute you. You'll have to unmute yourself.
Daniel, hi.
Ebenezer, I'm so happy to see you. You have no idea, as always. Ebenezer is one of the hardest working, incredibly decent, takes care and loves everybody. He's an amazing, special person. The world's lucky to have him.
I appreciate it, Mike.
Yeah. So, Ebenezer, you got anything for us?
Yeah. Mike, I'm happy to see all of you. Alonzo, Daniel. Man, nice to see you again, bro. Hey, Steve, and Mike, it's been a journey, it's not been easy, but you've taught me to never give up. Just toughen up, take it one day at a time. And I want you to know that I'm not giving up. I keep working every day. I love to help people. I know the best way to impact others is to impact, give yourself to them. And I see how selfless you are every time. It made my life feels better because I know that every time I'm giving, it's just part of who Mike is and the identity that you've given all of us that associates with you. And I do appreciate everything. I always don't like singing no more, but I just can't let this pass me by without singing for you, Mike. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, Mike. Michael Gibbs. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, Michael Gibbs. We say we love you every day. You're doing so much for us. We appreciate you each and every day. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, Michael Gibbs. Happy birthday to you. Oh, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, Michael Gibbs. We say thank you for being there for us. We say we love you for caring every day. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, Michael Gibbs. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. We say we love you every day, Michael Gibbs. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to Michael Gibbs. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Mark. I don't even know what to say. You actually have a keyboard or a piano there?
Don't you see it behind him?
I see the one behind him, but it looks like he's playing something.
Yes, I do have the keyboard right here. You
Yeah.
see it.
You can't see it because of the virtual
Because of
background.
the background, but
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Mark's a man of many, many, many talents. Sorry, I keep
used-
calling you
I used
Mark
to
because
be a
you
choir
first told me you
director.
were Mark, but I know you're Ebenezer.
Yeah, I used to be a choir director, so I built choirs all over the place.
Great
Incredible.
talent, man. That was awesome.
See, you're inspiring people to write songs for you, Mike.
Yeah. That says a lot, man.
Not only are you getting people $400,000 a year jobs, but you're inspiring people to write music. Okay.
They're doing odes to Mike.
There we go. Wow.
That's a compliment and a half. That's two
Sure is.
compliments.
Thank you, Mark. I'm kind of speechless.
That is. So I'm actually going to use that as an opportunity to roll into another video of some birthday wishes that were sent in to us. So let's roll the footage.
Hello, Mike. I wish you the happiest of birthdays and many more birthdays to come. I'm very, very grateful for your life and for what you've imparted into my life. You're not just an industry luminary when it comes to cloud technology. You know, you carry the heart of a father, and you deeply care for people at a cellular level. And that is not the most common thing in today's world. And during the most difficult period in my life, I believe that God graced me by, my path being crossed with Go Cloud careers, and it was exactly what I needed. And not only have I learned cloud architecture, I learned the likes of a good citizen. I've learned how to be a good citizen, a good, exceptional marketplace professional. I've learned how to be even a better father, believe it or not, because you've taught me the certain principles like integrity, honesty, believing in what is right, being motivated. And those things have even trickled into my personal life. And I have you to thank for that. And Mike, I just want to not just say thank you to you, but to your precious wife as well, because behind every successful man, or beside every successful man, there's also an amazing woman. I learned that from my wife. And so, Mike, I just want to say thank you. I appreciate you so much. And I pray that for many years to come, the wisdom that is inside you will be heard by the nations of the world. I appreciate you and I love you. And my daughter Eliana says hi as well. You've seen her. Um, it's an honor, Mike. Thank you very much.
That's awesome. I hope you have a joyful and blessed day. And thank you very much for sharing your knowledge with all of us.
Thank you, Mike, for being humble and kind to share all your knowledge and let us gain through your wisdom. Thank you very much.
Thank you for giving us hope for a better life. We really appreciate it.
Hey Mike, you have been exceptionally a great influence in my life already, and thank you for pouring all your support, pouring all your knowledge for us to become a better cloud architect. Thank you.
Hi Mike, I want to thank you for this program that you and your team have provided, which I would not have been able to afford otherwise. This program has changed my life because it's changed my way of thinking. It's opened my eyes up to the business world because I don't have an MBA and I've got MBA material from the program. I want to say again, happy birthday, and it's your birthday, but it's also who keep getting the presents. Thank you.
Mike, I just wanted to say thanks for everything that you're doing with Go Cloud Careers. Appreciate all the information and the instruction and the mentorship. I think what you're doing is providing exponential value for an affordable price, and it's really helping out people who are looking to transform themselves or make a comeback in the IT industry. So thank you very much, and I wish you all the best. Thanks.
Mike, you're such an inspiration to us all. Thank you so much for all the dedication that you put into Go Cloud.
Hi Mike, this is Josephine from Sydney. I just want to say thank you to everything that you're doing to all of us, for imparting all your knowledge, for teaching all of us, and happy birthday. You're such a blessing to us. Bye.
Hey Mike, thanks for helping us get cloud hired. Really appreciate it. Enjoy your birthday, man.
Happy birthday, Mike. Thank you for everything you do for the Go Cloud Careers family and the cloud community at large. Enjoy. Take care.
Thanks for all the hard work. We appreciate it.
I just want to say, Michael, I hope you have a happy birthday and you're enjoying your day. Thank you for all the energy, wisdom, and passion that you display with your videos, your articles, and just paving a way for the cloud computing space and the solution and cloud architect space as a whole. Your guidance is undeniable, the wisdom, the knowledge, expertise, but most importantly, the passion and the selflessness that you show day in and day out by giving up so much time to help people like myself, complete the dream of entering the cloud space. So I do want to say thank you for everything, and I hope you're enjoying your day as well.
Lots of familiar faces there. Lots of familiar faces. So,
and so many of those are now working as architects. It's so exciting to see.
Yes. Yeah. So I know Daniel probably has got to go here in a little bit. I'm not sure when his exact stop time is, but Daniel, are there anything you want to make sure you get in before you get cut off?
Sorry about that. That was probably pretty loud. But I do want to leave you with this. Again, there are not enough thank yous that I could give to you, Mike, from the bottom of my heart. Starting this program and continuing to help people, and I know how difficult it is. Everyone has their own life. They all see things differently, different perspectives. But you're patient, you're kind, you wait, and you keep on encouraging people, even though it may seem like their life is closing down around them, or they may not have hope that something like this is actually possible. So for someone that helps hundreds upon hundreds of people, and it's your day of the year, I'll call off work the day before just to make sure that I get to tell you that I love you and thank you so much for being here You're a gift from God, and I will continue to, from my end, help as many people as I can, just as you've done to me.
Thank you, Daniel. And I'm just so proud of you and so thrilled to get to see you. You have no idea. But please tell me if you make it to Florida.
I'll have to I'll make it a plan. I'll make it a plan.
Well, either you come visit me or you're here and I visit you, but just please tell me, because I gotta meet you in person. Every discussion we've ever had was virtual, and I can't wait to see you someday.
I'll give that birthday wish to you. I'll do that.
One day when you're here or whatever it is, I just can't wait to meet you. I am so proud of you. I've watched so far you've come. You're incredible.
Wouldn't happen without you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So, Alonzo, I know you've got that list of some questions that people have had. I'll let you bring in the next one.
Okay. All right. So, Mike.
Yes.
People want to know, where do you get your inspiration to teach with such passion?
I just love what education can do for people. I grew up from beyond humble beginnings, worked 3 jobs just to get through college. And I saw as soon as I had that skill, everything changed overnight. And the reality is I have an over $300,000 education, and I don't want anybody to have to go through that, where they work 3 jobs just to pay for their college. But I totally love education and what it can do for people. So I watched what it did for me. I watched what it did for others in my early years of coaching people. And I just love when someone says I got a job. I just love it. I remember the day when I left healthcare, and I had interviewed with a gentleman named Devendra Manhouse. He was at MCI WorldCom. He was the manager at the time. And I had 0 tech experience whatsoever, like 0, other than my own little hobby lab in my house, which obviously I didn't even tell him about, because it's not like you're going to put like a lab on your resume. And when he interviewed me and he asked me a question, I didn't know the answer to it, and I responded to it, and he said, "You're hired." And he then said, "You applied to be a network engineer, but that's not good enough for you. You need to be a senior engineer." Even though I didn't have any experience, and it hit me like, wow, with the right training and right education, you can just do anything. And, it was that. And then I just watched it change everybody that I know, that I was, that we went through things together, and I saw our lives change overnight, and I just love the change. I don't want anybody to have to work 3 jobs just to survive like I did. I want them to have one job where they could, earn enough, they could donate to charities that were important to them, be able to support their family, be able to take good care of their kids, give back to their parents, send money back home if they were immigrants like my family. And that's it. It motivates me watching what happens, the transformation. And, if you really think about it, my whole life has been about architecture. I started out by practicing internal medicine as a nurse practitioner, and I was architecting people's health. Then I was architecting people's technologies, and now I've been architecting people's careers. It's the same job. It's just I found the place where I'm most passionate about it.
Thanks, Mike. I think we got another great one.
Okay.
So you're educating about the cloud on a global scale, okay? You've seen so many people reach out to you from all over the world. Did you ever think that Go Cloud Careers would reach so many people?
To be fair,
no, he did not. No,
this is right on time.
I thought it was going to be, so most people don't realize how badly I was injured in a martial arts accident. I mean, I couldn't walk for upwards of 8 years. I spent 6 to 8 hours a day in the most ridiculous physical therapy. And as a side thing on the side, I was coaching people in tech. When I started this company, I thought it was going to be, 15, 20, 25 people. And, one would get hired, another one would come in. I was actually planning on just calling them on my cell phone. I created this little LinkedIn group to try to get people to talk to each other. Everybody suggested a Facebook group. I don't know how to use Facebook, but I knew how to use LinkedIn. So I figured we'd use a LinkedIn group. And honestly, I had dinner with Chris and an old student who's now working as a cloud engineer. He was more on the technical side and wanted to do that. His name was David. He was a really nice guy. And Chris and David said to me, like, what are you going to do when you have 50 students? And I'm like, I'm never going to have that problem. And then they said, what's going to happen when you have 500 students? And I'm like,
no. Here's the thing. 2 weeks later, he had 50 students.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I love it. I love it. Here's another question.
So I want to ask the question, because this is a real question that I have. When did you finally realize that it was more?
You know,
and I don't know. I don't want to get too specific or quantify that with anything, but you understand what I'm asking. When did you realize it was more? More than what you thought? Because I know it was not in those first few months.
There were a couple times when I started to realize it. The first time it hit me, a friend had called and asked if I wanted an architect job, and I only had like 6 students or so at the time, and I thought I could just take care of those students and take the architect job. It was a distinguished architect job for a major tech company. And right around the time I was ready to say yes, we had like 50 students, and I went, okay, I've got 50 students. I can't possibly take this job. I got to take care of these students. For 6, I could do it as a side hobby. For 50, I needed to dedicate it full time. But I'd say it was a couple months more into it. I think we had like 100 people sign up in 1 month. And then it was like, oh my God, this is becoming a school. This is a global school. And there was this kid that I helped find a job in Lagos, Nigeria. And that's a pretty hard place to help somebody find a tech job. It was a networking job. And then somebody got hired in England, and somebody got hired in Canada, and we had our first graduates in the US. And by graduates, I mean getting hired. And I went, well, we've got a movement here. And actually, I am old school. I like email and I like text messages. I don't like any other messaging platform whatsoever. For those of you that know me, you know, I used to use text messages for everything, or email. And then when Chris actually convinced me we had to use this thing called Slack, which I totally hated because it was the ugliest looking thing I've ever seen in my life. And I started watching this interactivity between people all across the world. That's when it really, really hit me that, oh my God, we've not only got a school, we've got a community. And it's everywhere.
You're on mute, Chris.
I don't know how to use technology, apparently.
You could have a great architecture career.
We got somebody else that popped in.
Rita! So happy to see you.
She actually is on her commute.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Rita. Always.
Oh,
she lost her.
Yeah, we lost her. Hopefully, she was pulled over, like, because she said she was on her commute. So I'm hoping she was stopped.
Me too.
I'm truly hoping she was stopped.
Yeah.
So while we wait for Rita to come back in, Ebenezer, you got any question for Mike that you're curious about?
Mike, my son loves you. Yeah, he is. Reginald, say hi to Mike. Remember Mike?
See you again.
Hi, Mike.
Come, guys. Please say
So
hi,
good to
Mike.
see you again.
Hi,
And
Mike.
Hello.
Where's Mike? Hi,
my
Mike.
Gibbs, that's my Gibbs.
Right here.
And he always sings the song every day. Like, that's his favorite song. He plays on my computer every day.
I love it.
That is how much you've impacted my life. Like, even my kids knows you, and every time there's a meeting, they say, "Oh, there's a meeting. Let's wait." And you have a meeting. I want to ask you. I see that there is so much desire to everybody's trying to make money. What made you not want to charge according to the value of the program? Because
Ooh,
everybody's into
good question.
making money.
Oh.
So I remember I sent you a message some time ago. Like, I know you're just holding your head above water because you're literally making nothing, just paying bills. And what made you want to do that?
You know, a couple of things. One is I'm really grateful to have the architecture career that I had. It was an extraordinary career. And while I didn't want to retire at 34, I got injured and was able to retire and live a really good life at 34. And I didn't need to work because I had such a good architecture career because of the decisions that I made. And I love what I call valuable education. And what I mean by valuable education is somebody joins the military and they're taught how to be a combat medic. They know how to be a combat medic. They get real education and they're darn good at it. And I love education in universities too, but I've watched people that spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on an education and they don't have any skills. I also grew up, you know, I was kind of adopted in some way, shape, or form by an immigrant family. And I watched what it was like to have somebody that owed money to their family members for buying their airplane tickets to come to the United States. And I really wanted to be able to give people the benefit of a $300,000 or $400,000 education, but I knew 99% of the population couldn't afford it. And I didn't want to leave these jobs just for people that grew up with rich parents. They just happened to come up in money. I wanted to take it to the people that grew up with nothing, that either had it and great, they got a good deal, or they didn't have it. Someone that was told their whole life they couldn't be successful or didn't have the means to be successful. And, you know, with the global audience that we actually have, we actually picked a price that, you know, instead of charging the $40,000 or $50,000 that we would for a training session like ours, we said, what could people in the developing nation afford? And since I don't believe it's fair to charge different prices to different people, we just chose the pricing that, you know, we would charge in the developing nations and let everybody else benefit for it. That was really the thing for me. I wanted to, you know, be open, honest, and ethical with our pricing so that everybody, you know, could get a fair deal. And I really wanted to help those in need. And if you look at our population, initially we had a lot of people, and we still do, that grew up with, you know, very limited means. And by the time they're done, they don't have limited means anymore. And that's the exciting thing for me. I didn't want to limit it to only rich people. That's really what it is. I wanted anybody to get the benefit of a good education.
I want to pull that thread a little bit more. That's Mike's experience, but if we expand that a little bit to myself, you know, I asked Mike at the very beginning. I asked Mike, "Are you going to be okay if you only ever make X amount of dollars?"
You did,
because it was this exact same thinking, this exact same thought process of are we in it for the money, or are we in it for the change? Are we in it for the benefit of others? And I specifically asked Mike that question when he asked me to join full time. I specifically asked him that question, and the number that I asked was basically, you said it better than anybody, just enough to keep our head above water and keep the bills paid and the servers running so people can do their labs and stuff, and the website going. And yeah, so like I kind of had that litmus test before I joined him in this effort. And, you know, I don't necessarily have the same background that Mike has growing up. I grew up in a middle class, upper middle class environment, but I grew up in Mississippi. And if anybody's familiar with the United States, Mississippi is 50 out of 50, or 51 out of 51, or 52 out of 52, if you're counting DC and Puerto Rico. And if you count all the territories, we're 55 or 56 out of 55 or 56 on everything. You know, there was a town down the street from where I grew up that didn't even have running water when I was born. So, and that was in Mississippi in the United States that did not have indoor plumbing in the 1980s. So, you know, I too, even though I personally may not have had as difficult of a situation, my entire surroundings and everybody that I interacted with my entire life was of similar situations. And so that's kind of, I'm kind of the same mindset and of the same breed as Mike. And I think Alonzo is right there alongside with us. Alonzo, you're from Detroit. I mean, even if you grew up in like the Beverly Hills of Detroit, it's still Detroit, you know. It
was better. It was a better time. That's
right. It was,
for
yeah,
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was,
but I believe you're of the same philosophy and the same mindset as us. It's about the change, and not so much about because we could easily. I mean, yeah, we, and that's a fair question. That's a good question and a surprise question. I like that question.
Yeah, great question. Ebenezer.
So I got another surprise pop in for you,
Benedict. I'm always happy to see you all the way from Nigeria to Canada, working and networking again. Love that. I'm always thrilled to see you.
Hi, Mike. Happy birthday.
Hi, Benedict.
Nice to see you too.
Wonderful to see you.
We're trying to surprise him with random people, and Benedict responded to our call. So I know he's probably just getting off work. I want to thank him for popping in.
Thrilled to see you, Benedict. You have no idea.
But yeah, if you've got anything that you want to share with Mike or ask Mike, feel free to go for it. We're just here to have a good time and celebrate Mike.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me start with the reason why I joined GoCloud. It was way back in Nigeria, right? And I was working in network security for IHS Towers, and I needed something extra. I kind of knew that I was going to be migrating to Canada at some point, so I was thinking about the future, right? And in Nigeria, not many companies have embraced cloud per se, right? We're still in that transition phase. Most companies are still operating an on-prem data center, right? And I knew that when I came to Canada, I would be exposed to more of cloud technologies. So I was looking for some cloud, training to, kick off my cloud career. And so I stumbled across one of those webinars on YouTube, just like today. And I think there was something that prompted me to just subscribe to GoCloud. And that was it was one of these one of these sessions that Mike would interview people, like a mock interview, ask them questions and stuff like that. And there was a particular person who was asking some questions. The person did not know the answer. I was trying to, stumble his way to the answer. And Mike said, if you do not know the answer to a question on an interview, just be honest and say you don't know. And that was when I said, this is what I'm looking for. Because most of the people I've come across way back from the companies I've worked with would tell me, just say something, argue with the interviewer. Tell him that is the way you do it in your own organization. But here was someone, telling me something different. Be honest. Tell them what you know and what you do not know. And that was why I came back to the future webinars to listen in and eventually signed on to the program. The other thing was that the price was quite affordable as well. in Nigeria, these things could be expensive because if you look at the dollar rate to the naira, sometimes it could be crazy. But for $1,000, and then of course having discounts at different times of the year, um, it was much more better than other trainings I could see out there. And then getting onto the program and then seeing all these soft skills training, um, executive presence, I was like, man, this is jackpot. Right? I just got jackpot. And I told everybody in my office, you guys need to sign up to this program. It will change your life. And I've not regretted joining that program since then. Now I came to Canada and I'm working my second job now. And all the skills I used on the interviews were gotten from Go Cloud. Right. So it has made a very deep impact in my life. Um, as you know, I'm transitioning from the network engineering role to the cloud architect role, right? And I kind of chip in every now and then at the office. And then my manager looks at me and say, where is this business skills coming from? This business talk. Yeah, the engineers are supposed to be back end, but I kind of like what I'm hearing. And every manager needs someone that can, help his team be more visible and more business focused. So it's been a great 1 year. And so I think 1 year and 2 months I've known Mike. And probably that's why I named my son Mike as well, Michael.
Oh my God. I don't even know what to say, Benedict, but
that's awesome.
I'm just thrilled that you're here. I was thrilled when you joined us. That was one of our points, was to be able to work with people, whether they be in Nigeria or South Africa. We recently got somebody a job in South Africa as well, and or anywhere in the world. I just wanted us to be global, and hearing your story just makes me super grateful. I'm thrilled that you had the ability to go halfway around the world, got a great job that you're working on while you're still finishing our program, and even that makes me just so happy. Plus, I've seen you work with others in our team. When I lost my voice, you were out there teaching networking, and I'm so grateful for you to do that, helping me out with that. I apparently, from doing too many presentations, there was about 2 months where I couldn't speak. And you coming in there and working on networking, I'm so grateful. So Benedict, I'm so honored to know you, and I'm so grateful for what you've just said to me. I'm just thrilled that you're here.
Thank you, Mike. Anytime.
Thrilled you're here.
Thanks. Thank you for popping in, Benedict. It's always a nice surprise.
Always.
Yeah, Benedict's a bit humble over there.
Yeah.
He is brilliant at
Yes.
networking, and I don't know if he's going to be networking specialist in his cloud architect career, but I wouldn't be surprised if he is. But he's got amazing skills beyond networking.
Huge beyond
networking. He's one of the many that contribute back to the community that we've got, and that's one of the biggest things. And actually, Alonzo, I don't know if this is one of those questions that people have asked, but I'm gonna ask Ebenezer and Benedict to speak to this, and then I'm gonna ask Mike a question. But what do you, Benedict and Ebenezer, what are your thoughts about the community, the Go Cloud Careers community? One, did you expect it when you signed up? And two, has it been of any benefit to you?
I would say that this is the most amazing. First and foremost, I first joined because of Mike, because of I was looking for a simple explanation to placement groups, and then I was hearing this complicated stuff all over the place, and I came across Mike's video, and I was like, wow, this is the first time someone really explains something in the simplest form. So I joined the program. I called him. He called me back actually, and we spoke for 1 minute. And I joined the program. And I joined because of Mike, but the community is priceless. I mean, that's why I said this program is worth more than it's been charged for, because the community, from vast array of expertise, professions, directors, managers. So you're getting more than like real life experience and impact, not just from Mike, but the community at large. Everybody coming in with you. When you have interviews, you see everybody chipping in at 1 a.m., 2 a.m. This is amazing. This is amazing. The community, the people. I mean, it's just amazing, and I'm just thrilled and blessed to be a part of it. And Mike, thank you for making it possible for us to contribute and also learn from you and the community.
Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, thanks, Ebenezer. Benedict, what about you? Did you expect a community like this when you signed up, and has it been of any benefit to you?
Well, what I expected when I was joining was that it was going to be like a webinar. Someone would just sit behind a whiteboard and then write and diagrams and stuff like that. But then I saw it was more collaborative, and that has always been like the Achilles heel of engineers, sort of that communication skills, right? When Mike asks you a question in the class, right? How can you communicate the answer to him and communicate correctly? And then the Slack channel as well, forming different learning groups with different people, and also communicating in that space as well. So it was a different way of learning. I mean, I got an MBA, long distance learning program, right, from UK, but it was never like this, really. All right. It was more of just go do research, come back and, do your assignments. But this was more, this got me more involved. This gets everyone more involved, right? So immediately you're able to know your strengths and weaknesses, improve upon your weaknesses, and you actually see yourself developing as an individual and professional in this training. So this is what is unique about Go Cloud careers. It's not just someone making a presentation and to everyone out there. It's getting that feedback as well.
Yeah.
And it's quite priceless, I must say.
Love hearing about the community and how the community helps each other.
So, and I know both of you have been able to meet up with people in person, right? You have met up with fellow students and hung out with them, right?
Oh yes, I still have long lifelong friends now that we still in touch. We still communicate. I have one lifelong friend from Go Cloud who now works for a company that works for Google, and so many of them. I mean, it's amazing. We still keep in touch, and this is the best thing that could ever happen to any profession. Because if you look at what is out there, like the emotional intelligence we learn, the communication skills, executive presence, all these things makes you become a better person in your career that otherwise would have been just maybe an engineer and just do some technical work, but now you can communicate better across CXO relevancies and make that impact that is necessary to get your career up and up, up and up. So for me, this is the most valuable thing I've come across.
Thank you, Mark. I mean, Ebenezer.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So Now, my question for Mike, and then I've got a video to play after this because I still got plenty of things that people sent in for us. My question for you, Mike, is: did you ever, when you first came up with this, did you ever envision that you would hear people saying what they just said?
Honestly, no.
Yeah.
I mean, I had, when I retired, I was coaching, and even before I retired, I was coaching, even at Cisco and other places. But I expected it on a one-on-one basis. I can think of the people that I got jobs in all these big places, but I would have had no idea that, today I've heard from people in Sri Lanka, people in India, people from Nigeria, people from Cameroon, people from South Africa, people from Togo, people from South America, people in Canada, people in the US, people in Australia, people in Asia. I mean, it blows my mind. Now, I always loved the international community and what you could actually do when you'd really take the best and the brightest from all over the world, but I didn't expect this to happen.
Well, see, you're still thinking 1 degree of separation, Mike.
Yeah.
We're talking the 2nd degree, that 3rd degree. Like Benedict just said, they have their own interview groups. They have they're helping each other. It's not just you teaching Benedict. It's you teaching Benedict, and then Benedict and Ebenezer are helping Sarah. And then
It's
Sarah,
generational.
and then Sarah and Benedict and Ebenezer are over there helping a whole nother group of people. And yeah. So back to that question of, when do you think you'll get to 50?
That's the word all around.
When me, you, and David were sitting at Miller's Ale House, you had already touched more than 50 people. You had already impacted more than 50 people. None of us realized it at that time.
I didn't realize it, and it's interesting. A couple thoughts. When we started out, initially, my friend Banjika, who was running this group called We're Fun, and it was helping a bunch of people in Cameroon start to learn cloud computing. And all of a sudden, about 10 people from his AWS group were in my webinar, and all of a sudden, our students. And I was so touched that the book that we had written, I just decided to give away for free. And I had given them like 300 coupons to download the book. And a couple of weeks later, the 300 coupons were used. And I was like, you know what? Here's another 1,000. And they were all given away pretty quickly. And then I met Alphonse Shang at Cloud Heroes Africa. And then I had 50 of our students actually go volunteer. Mark's one of them. And I started to see that. And I got to see our students doing things with other students and our students working with each other. And it's a dream. And my brother comes to Florida. It's all we talk about. Is watching all the people that get hired and how exciting it is. And, it's that. I don't talk about this a lot, but one of the things behind the way we do things is I used to interview people constantly for work. I've done thousands of interviews. And after interviewing people, there was this theme of common mistakes that people made. Either they didn't know how to interview, or they said the wrong things, or they had all the wrong skills. They wanted to, but they had the wrong skills. Or, they didn't have the ability to explain the technology that they actually knew. And even though they were great, nobody would hire them. And when I first looked at the course, and I've spoken to thousands of hiring managers and said, what do you want in the perfect employee? It was, first, make sure everybody gets hired. And that was our goal. Instead of worrying about, like most people do, a certification, you just can't cash a certification at the bank, and you can't get a mortgage with a certification. I looked at the outcome. And I said, what's it going to take to get everybody hired? And then I backed into the training content that we actually use based upon my life of research. And when you design an architecture, what do? You look at the end state that the client needs, and then you work backwards. You want to design anything, you look at the end state and work backwards. How do you design a car? The Toyota was the solution. The Americans had their approach, and here's what it was. I'm going to design this. It cost me $5,000. I'm going to charge $10,000. The Japanese manufacturing was, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, what would you like to purchase? What are you willing to pay? All right, we'll figure out how to make it and make it work. And that, and I was always impressed with Japanese culture. I think it came from my martial arts background. And I always studied that. So, those were one of the things that, we really thought about when we created this. How do we get people hired?
All right. So I got another video to play here, and then I might have a few more surprises after that. So
Okay.
let's see what we got here.
Really appreciate you. You're a huge part of my journey to change careers. I appreciate your vision. I appreciate being part of your Go Cloud Careers family. I feel your heart, I feel your soul, and you really inspire me to push through and to be good to other people like you're good to me. So I hope you have a fantastic birthday. Enjoy everything that you love. It's Ethiopian food, Caribbean food, Bob Marley, barefoot on the beach. What else? Your cat Cindy, feeding her shrimps and everything that she loves. Have a great, fantastic day. You deserve it.
Happy birthday to you. No, Mike, I'm not going to start singing. I just wanted to tell you how appreciative I am, and many others are, I'm sure. You have dedicated much of your time just to make others successful, make it possible for us. So we just want you to enjoy your special day. We wish you much health. We must wish you success, and we wish you just happiness, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mike, for taking a chance on me and inviting me into your program. I'm still here, I'm still studying my own time. I can't join all the lives, but I'm grateful that you've given me this opportunity.
I, on this day, want to say a very big thank you for the many lives you have transformed with your products and the ones that you're going to be doing in the years ahead. Happy birthday, Mike, and enjoy your time. Bye.
I really appreciate everything you do for us, for the community, Mike. You are really special. Thank you very much, and I wish you all the best.
Hi, Mike. Well, thank you very much for teaching us. I have learned so much. I wish you all the best. Amazing happy birthday. You are really amazing, phenomenal.
Surprise! Hello, Mike. Hello, everyone. This is Madam. Chris put me to the spotlight and he invited me to your birthday party. So I just want to make sure that I wanted to express my happy birthday wishes to my extraordinary teacher and mentor of mine. Mike, your wisdom and guidance have illuminated my journey in a ways I can't express enough. Even though you might not see me like actively interacting or participating in the live session or classes, rest assured that your mentorship is the reason for my disciplined habit to stay focused and enhance my knowledge.
I sometimes try to imagine how much work goes into it. I know I'll never probably understand how much work goes into creating and maintaining an organization like this, but I want to say thank you for everything you do. You have helped me reach deep, and I can only see myself getting deeper into my choice of career, and thank you. And I don't think I can say everything in one shot, but I just want to say thank you.
You are actually leading a life according to what our predecessors, the great men and women that had lived before you did. In essence, what I'm trying to make you understand is what you're doing right now, it's a path to immortality, because you are creating generational wealth for people that never thought it was possible. So I just want to say thank you very much for this opportunity. I just want to say, just bask in the glory of God. Be all you can be, all of it. You are already something big, but I believe your coast is still way bigger than this. So just be all you can be. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Michael Gibbs.
Congratulations on getting another year older, but also on another year of being the most wonderful mentor that anyone could ever ask for. You deserve the best. So I want to thank you so much for everything that you have done and continue to do, not just for me, but for all of your students and countless others all around the world. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic, happy birthday. You deserve it. Talk to you soon.
Wow. That's awesome. Look at what you're doing.
Collins!
Collins!
Awesome. How are you? How are you both?
Hello. Oh Mike. Oh Mike.
So
Oh Mike.
the team members were knocking down the door trying to get in here.
This is great. I got to meet Collins. He came to Florida. I cooked for him. We got to have a really nice dinner. It was so nice to meet you.
So,
Michael, yeah, thank you so much, Mike. It's an opportunity to meet you. And when I knock at the door, you received me as if you know me for years. You gave me access to your room, show me all things in your house. You never treated me as a visitor. No, you welcomed me as a son to your house. You took your time to prepare all the dishes for me. I sat down with Mike. Now I saw Cindy. Cindy communicate. Yeah, he communicates. Cindy, he communicated, even though it didn't seem as a stranger. He communicated to me that you want to go out. You want to go see what's going on out there. Mike not taught me how to respond to the communication. That when he touched the door, that means that he wants to go out. And to come back in, the same thing also. He beckoned on me and opened the door. I appreciate you, and you prepare a nice but I believe that Mike is a great man, and you have transformed life. I don't know where to start from. Before I thought that everyone that opened their mouth to speak communicate. No. When I joined this program, I found that communication are different levels. It's of different levels, and it's a way your audience deliver to them. Back in the days, I know that in my last time in my school, because I read the electrical engineering, we designed a solar power. We never asked them, what is it meant for? We just went there to design. But I found that you have to ask them the use case for our applying things that are.
I think we lost Collins.
I think we lost Collins, but Collins is an exceptional, wonderful, wonderful person. And he does so much for others. And he's just such a nice guy. And yes, he got to meet Cindy. And actually, Cindy actually taught me a little bit about communications. Now, you would think you wouldn't be learning from your cat, but I lost my voice for a period of 2 months. And my cat communicates by playing charades. She walks to me, rubs up against my leg. She wants to go out the door. She does this to the door. She wants tuna. She walks me to the tuna can in the pantry, for example. She wants whatever it is, she shows me. And when I lost my voice, I tried to be more like Cindy. My wife was able to understand everything I actually said.
Oh,
Forka, how are you?
Hey, I'm great, everybody. Happy birthday, Mike.
Thank you.
It's such a pleasure to meet Mike. There's this saying that there's a light at the end of a tunnel, and you may not understand it until you meet it in real life. Since I joined the Go Cloud Career Program, and I've had this philosophy that you don't need to have much before you can share with each other. And when I began to know Mike and see the tremendous work that he's doing for the society, it really touched me. And I was like, wow. So actually, there are people who can do these things. Because when I look at the internet, I look at the other cloud schools, look at what they are offering at tuition. And then I ask myself, oh, really? Someone don't need to have money. The person just want to see people happy, making people living their dreams. And
That is the part of life. That is how we need to live. And each time I look at Mike, even when he is sick and we are trying to like, hey, have some rest, he always want to come to the class to chip in. He has that passion for the community and the student. That is a heart of gold. It's very, very, very hard to find such a people. So Mike, like what cannot really express what you have done, particular for me, especially of what I'm doing because of you and the children back home cannot really. Maybe there's one day I'll have to play a video for you so you really see the life, not only for me, but for my community as well. I
Love
am
that.
right now, I'm not really for 1 week. You see, I was on drip. So I just got better and I said, no, since there's an opportunity for me to talk to Mike, let me hop in and see how I can appreciate Mike for the tremendous work and the Go Cloud career team. Like you have just passed that spirit to Chris, with his voice not coming out clearly and heard wise, but he's trying to talk. He's trying to talk. We were like, ask him here, get good rest, do this. But I was like, hey, who are the trainers? Hey, come on, man. Come on, man. I was like, hey, this guy is not well. You need to get rest. So it's a spirit and it's connecting everyone. I really thank you, Mike. And
Thank you, Anselm.
my only prayer for you is many more years in good health. The sky is your limit. And because I don't know what is in the sky, above the sky, but I know the sky is your limit. And with this kind of heart, you have many birthdays to come. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Mike. Thank you.
Oforka. I would love to see a video back home. One of the things that excites me is, you're part of our team in Africa, you and Eddie, who are both here today. And of course, Tyrone's in South Africa. You guys are in Cameroon. Manuel is in Colombia. Leo's in Brazil. And obviously, we've got our team in the U.S., but just the being spread out like that, I just love that.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Oforka. That was great.
Thank you, Oforka.
All right.
Good to see you. I have to figure out what that IV is in your hand, but that's another story for another day.
All right.
What Mike has done to us, it's amazing that even when you're sick, you still want to go to work. Even when you can't walk, you still want to just crawl and get to the computer and do something for somebody. And
yeah, don't get me started on that. That's
that is what is done to us. It's amazing. Like you always want to give and give and give, and you don't even think about yourself.
Yeah.
Thank
you.
All right. Let's go, Fork. I'm gonna let you go to the back. I've got
okay.
I'm going to bring on. I've got someone that wants to read a poem, and I think it's perfectly fitting, but that we read this poem before we go into the next two special surprises.
Oh my God, Richard, what you have listed there is one of my favorite poems, actually. What you have underneath you, and it's made all the difference in the world. That's how I remember that.
So I thought it was only fitting that we have this, and then we bring in our next guests.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Much better.
This is a poem.
You must have called Douglas.
That's right. Well, this is a poem that I have been going through so many different poems, and I thought this one was the most fitting for somebody like Mike and seeing his journey. So I'm just gonna read it. The road not taken. 2 roads diverged in the yellow wood, and sorry, I could not travel both and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other just as fair and having perhaps the better claim because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that, the passing there had warned them really about the same. And both That morning, equally lay in leaves, no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day. Yet, knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere, edges and edges hands, two roads diverged in the wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Thank you so much, and that's Robert Frost, one of my favorite.
Thank you,
Very
Richard.
nice.
It's funny. That's one of my absolute favorite. It used to be an entrepreneur magazine. I have taken the road less traveled, and it has made all the difference in the world. I first read that when I was in elementary school, and it's stuck with me ever since, and it's been one of my favorites. It's interesting you actually found that one.
Thank you. I'm glad you liked it. Happy birthday.
Yeah, yeah. So I thought that was perfect for Wallace and Angelo to join us.
Wow, Wallace and Angelo. So I'm going to start with Angelo. Angelo, some jerk spice showed up at my house today, and something tells me that has your name written all over it.
Enjoy, Mike. I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah.
Thank you, Angelo.
No, yeah, I was thinking about you. I said, what can I do special for Mike? I know he's into his jerk chicken. I know he's into rice and beans and curry goat and Ethiopian food and reggae music. So I said, how better to celebrate than to send him something good that he can relax, enjoy, and just take some time out, celebrate for a bit.
Well, thank you. And I'm super
You're welcome.
appreciative. I'm also, Angelo is an extraordinary good architect. He was an application architect. He's now an enterprise architect. And I always appreciate you coming in, working with our students and sharing your experience. Thank you, Angelo.
Thank you. Yeah, it's great to be a part of the team. I'm glad to be here and be able to share and give back a little of what I've learned, a little of how I've grown, and so much that I've gained from the program. So it's a tremendous honor to be considered to be part of the program, and it's just been life-changing. So I appreciate it.
Well, thank you for everything you do. I totally appreciate it. And Wallace, I don't even know where to begin. Another enterprise architect student of ours, working at JP Morgan Chase. Wallace has got an attitude that's just so good. And I'm thrilled to see you, Wallace.
Mike, yeah, you wouldn't understand it. I would have sung for you, but I couldn't sing to save my life. But I woke up just to join this webinar and to wish you a happy birthday. You don't understand what you have done in the lives of many thousands. And I'm not kidding. I mean thousands. Let me say this. I used to think I was disciplined. My father was in the military. My mom was a disciplinarian. I used to think I was very disciplined. But when I joined the program, that was when I knew what discipline was all about. You had to be on time, you had to participate, you had to learn, you had to teach. It was necessary for you to give back by teaching what you know. And even if you didn't know it, still learn and still give that audience. I met Frederick Bellinger. Frederick drove all the way from Paris and came to Bournemouth to have dinner with me.
Wow.
That is the dedication you have put in people. Kemi Thompson just got a new role.
Lead architect.
And we had been working behind the scenes for a few months on that project. I was very glad that it came into fruition. But it was an opportunity to practice what I had learned from you, to help, to guide, to assist, to be sacrificial. And that's everything I've learned. That's everything I've seen. That's everything, that you do. Today, we are happy to come back to you to say thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you
Wallace.
because you've changed our lives. You've changed our lives. Many of us, we are living testaments of, you know, your attitude, your grace, your giving spirit, your selflessness. And what more can we do to say, come together to say thank you, to wish you a happy birthday, to say that your journey is just beginning. Somebody said the cloud, the sorry, not the cloud, the sky is your limit. It's just your beginning point. You're just starting. All we're praying right now for you, Mike, is that you have very, very long life and good health. And that, that everything that you have started with Chris and Lonzo and the team, thank you for evergreening it, because it is a reference point. We always go back to it. We go back to the videos, we go back to the class lectures, we go back to the friends and the community we've built, and we've worked together. And it's not a farce, it's not a facade. It's not a myth, it is real. What you have shown us, what you have taught us, what you do every day is real to us. And we can see it. We've taken the discipline into the workplace. We've taken the discipline into our personal lives. And it has shown in everything we do. Thank you. Thank you, Mike. You're just incredible. Sometimes I think I have the power of oratory, but sometimes I'm just lost because it is what you have done is nothing short of a miracle. I think you're a living miracle. Thank you, because you have brought us to believe in ourselves and believe in our capacities. And even when they were dormant, you brought it up. So thank you so much, Mike. God bless you. God prosper you. And may he keep you in health to be a blessing to many, many more people. Thank you.
Thank you, Wallace. I'm beyond touched. I'm always thrilled to see you, always. And I'm always excited to see how far you're going. And again, it's just the beginning for you too. And I think about this, and every time there's a hire, I get excited. And I think that I had this vision, but I think about Chris bringing it to reality, and Alonzo out there taking phone calls from me on a Sunday at 5 o'clock in the afternoon to go through some crazy, wacky idea that I have and then he has, and then we go back and forth. And then I think about Eddie and Tyrone.
And then you bring it to me and I say no.
And Anselm, yeah, that's true. We go to Chris and he does say no. And then I think about Chow and Leo and just everybody. And I know I'm missing people right now. I know I didn't forget you, Ebenezer, or Collins and Angelo, but I'm so grateful to all of you.
And then you think about Melvin Batista, who comes back after 2 years today to a Zoom webinar and says, "Oh yeah, by the way, I've been working for 2 years. That's why I disappeared. Thanks." And we're like, "Oh, glad to know you got hired. Thanks for letting us know you've been working for 2 years."
Each one of these hires is just so meaningful to me, because I remember that day I got my first tech job, and I did okay in healthcare. Believe me, healthcare. I went to school for 7 years. It took care of me, but I earned more in my first tech job, and a year later, I doubled my healthcare earnings. And I just love when somebody gets hired, because I know how much different their lives are going to be. That's
Yeah,
like
I love how you put that, Wallace. That was great. And yes, you do have the speaking power. You
command the room.
You are a great orator. Yes. You just kept talking, and I'm like, you can just keep going. I'm trying to figure out how to keep I'm trying to figure out, how do I go after this? Like, what do we do after this? Because this is like just a good, let's go to fade to black and end the show. And okay.
I always used to say, I know how to sell. But when I met Mike, he sold Go Cloud to me on the very first day. The very first day, and I was sold, totally sold. So
Yeah.
that is the power of poetry. So that's
So
that's the OG right there.
so I've asked everyone else that's popped in so far to do this, and I'll ask the two of you. So, and we'll start with Angelo. Angelo, if you've got anything that you've been curious about or wanted to ask Mike, what's a question that you might have for Mike here?
That is a great question. So thank you for that.
Yeah,
My
no,
question.
this is the one thing I didn't prepare anybody for this part. Mike, you weren't the only person that's surprised. Everybody has been surprised by me telling them ask Mike a question. Nobody knew that was coming.
Yeah. Well, we know what Mike's favorite thing is. He likes seeing students succeed. He likes seeing people graduate the program, be employed. But really under that, I feel it's seeing others succeed, changing their lives and creating that generational wealth, but also really just giving happiness. So we know that that's the pinnacle of your joy, right, Mike? I'm curious, what is number 2 and 3 in your list of things that make you happy in doing what you do?
It can't be Cindy.
It can't be Cindy, and it can't be my wife, right?
And it can't be Lisa. Yeah.
I like to teach. I like when I see things pop into somebody's head and they have new knowledge and it enables them to do new things with their life. I really like that. And, I grew up, for the most part, being told I couldn't do anything. And I see a lot of people, whether it's the media convincing people they can't do things or other people convincing people they can't do things. And the reality is we can all do anything. I've seen wheelchair athletes do things that are just extraordinary. If you look at a gymnast, when I watch what they do, one of the reasons everybody knows I love gymnastics so much is how do you take a little 5-foot person like Simone Biles and have her just vault like 15 feet in the air while flipping around? I mean, it pushes the limit of potential. And I just love, I love precision. And what I mean by that is whether we're talking about Simone Biles or we're talking about a traditional Japanese tea ceremony, or if I walk into my favorite Ethiopian restaurant, the care and effort that they put into making it perfect, I just love that. And I really love watching people that once they really get it and they love it, work to develop excellence. And when for example, the way Wallace just communicated, he's on another level, and that level of excellence I love it. It's like art watching it in motion. And I'd say my second favorite thing is really helping people find that one thing and watching them go do it and bring out their strengths, because we all have a strength. I like to call it our own hidden superpower. We all have it. It's just that sometimes we don't even know it until somebody helps us find it. And that's my second favorite thing, is really finding people's strengths and helping them leverage those strengths, because I didn't know what I could do until somebody helped me. And I've been doing this for 20 years now, helping others find that strength, and I just love watching the success.
Thank you. Yeah, I have a similar feeling whenever I get to teach, and really it's more about sharing. And when you see someone capture that moment, and it's not just when it clicks, but it's when they realize, you mean I can use this to do success?
Yep.
I can empower this solution or fix this problem or help this person. I can change my life. It's a powerful moment to see that.
Yeah,
it's like sharing in a joy, having shared joy, and that's an amazing thing.
It's exactly what it is. See, Benedict knows how good he is at networking. Truth be told, he could be a lead architect at Cisco. But Benedict can also do one of 15 other things. And once he realizes it, and I think he's realized some of the things that he's good at, I just love watching it.
Yep.
Whether he's a lead architect at Cisco or Juniper Networks, which is possible, whether he's a lead architect at Azure, or whether he's somebody's CIO, it's all in the realm of possibilities for him. And he knows it now. And now his future is unstoppable. Ebenezer, you know, he's had a lot of things that he's done for a lot of people, but now he's able to focus on himself. Wait till we see what actually happens
Ebenezer,
now.
how's that focusing on yourself going? Yeah, we're gonna have a call about that. Don't think I forgot about it. Me and Ebenezer are doing some exercise here on this. I'll be calling you later.
I know.
Yeah.
So someone said to me, maybe you. I think you're too comfortable at Go Cloud. Maybe you need to have a sense of urgency.
Yeah, let's work on that. So, but no, I think the two of you guys hit the nail on the head. It's not necessarily the not somebody getting the knowledge or getting anything other than that realization. When they realize whatever it is they realize, when they seeing that they realize something.
Yep.
And usually it's that realization of, oh, I can do, and then fill in the blank.
Yeah.
That, to be honest, before I met Mike, I had never, I'm sure somebody had said it, but I had never heard it enough to where I realized it. And now I'm all on board about it. Until I met Mike, I had never heard somebody say, what do you want to do? As much as I hear it and say it now.
Yeah.
Because it all goes back to what Mike said. We're all of us, regardless of where we grow up or how we grow up. Like I said, I grew up in an upper middle class family. Mike and others have grown up in less, others have grown up in more. No matter where you are, you grow up in an environment of, well, this is what you can do.
Yeah.
Whether it's this much or this much, you grow up in that environment. And then when somebody puts you on the spot and says, what do you want to do? What is it that you actually want to do? And that is, and I'm saying that for me, but I also know I've seen it in Mike that is, if you take that number 2 that he's talking about, this realization thing, and you drill down, that is where that number 2 lies right there, is that initial realization that, oh, anything is possible.
It's the realization, but it's the accompanying confidence,
right,
and the competence that goes with it. Because now that you know, oh, I can do that, it's like unlocking this newfound confidence that I might not know exactly how to do it, but I know I can try, and I know I can give it my best effort, and I'll learn along the process. Now I have a community behind me, and I have support, and I can be successful. And I think that's one of the biggest parts of this program. What Mike does is he invests in people. He's changing lives by empowering them with tools, with knowledge. But one of the main things is confidence. So kudos to you, Mike. Thank you so much. We owe you so much, and we're making you proud by using what you taught us to help the coming group that's coming up. So your work and your legacy will continue, and it's just going to grow and grow.
Yeah.
Watching others share their knowledge like you do as our students, it just means so much to me.
Yeah.
This is it's just not my personal thought. Yeah, it's not, and I say it in no way to be derogatory to the men of God or pastors or the guys that own the massive churches and buildings and all that. I sat down a few days ago and I said to myself, look, if you feel someone's presence has empowered you, then you're more, in tune. You're more positioned to do more. Let's put Mike side by side. And again, this is my personal view. With, for example, preachers. Mike is a preacher in his own way that has empowered and touched lives. And then you can really feel it. It is, I mean, people say, taste, let people know and taste your flavor. So we can taste and feel his flavor because he has empowered people directly. Now, think about this. Back in when I used to be in sales, they say a household is about 5 people. You know, one person, and a household is like 5 people. Think about the engineers, architects, or the lives that Mike has touched. One person is times 5, times 7, and it has replicated across the world. And it is just starting. So you see, when I say that people feel your flavor, people feel your flavor when they can feel it, when they can experience it, and they have experienced it. So to me, I've gotten much more value than people who stand on the pulpit to preach. Now, that's a different story entirely. But at the end of the day, do you feel the value? Do you feel the flavor? I felt the value. I felt the flavor. Many other people have felt the value and have felt the flavor. And that is what it matters the most. Again, thank you for evergreening this process.
Thank you, Wallace.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it boils down to that Mike gives a darn.
Yeah.
Mike cares about the people. Almost to a fault. Like truly to a fault. Like he put himself out of commission for 3 months because he cared too much. So and everything he does is ingrained with wanting the best for whoever consumes whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's these shorts that he started to do on YouTube, which are great, by the way, or it's the 645-minute EBS file storage, block storage. I'm not a tech guy. Video.
All right, so let me chip in there, Mike. I'm just gonna say it now, right? Many of your shots is what I used to prepare for my interviews.
Love it.
You know, I went really and looked for all your shots and I transcribed them, you know, and those were really helpful in the interviews.
I'm so happy to hear that.
So,
you know.
Wallace, if you had to ask Mike a question that you've never asked or never heard him answer, what would your question be?
How did you become so vast in everything? In
It's a great question.
In cuisine, in career,
Cats,
in travel, in knowledge, in research, in the little minutest detail of, for example, Kaban manufacturing, Toyota, whatever. You know everything. You know, I mean, how is that possible? How is that even possible? I mean,
You know, it's interesting you say that. So I'd say I'm 2% obsessive compulsive, just like every other healthcare practitioner that's out there. And we healthcare people have to be, because if we don't, we'll forget something and somebody could die. So I'd say a little bit of OCD. And I also lived in New Jersey and I had to commute like 4 hours per day. And I used to read 3 hours three books per week while I was commuting 4 hours per day. So that was part of it. But I just didn't like not knowing. Like every time I would go to a meeting, and as an architect, you get out of a meeting, at the end of the meeting, you're like, okay, where do I begin? There's all this stuff going on. And then it's like, I got to break it down into little simple problems. And then it's like, well, let me go find the smartest security person I can find to go talk to the security things. And I tried to learn from them. Well, you know, this is applications. I don't know about applications. I'm an architect. Let me go find an application architect and start asking those people questions. In the process, I learned a little bit about it. So it was that, but it was a little bit of anxiety too, because, you know, I was constantly asked to go speak, you know, in 3 countries a week, you know, and each time you'd be in a country, you'd give 5 speeches. And it's like, you don't want to give a speech and not know what you're talking about. So I was a little obsessive about, you know, doing the research for these things, but I still feel like I've got a lot to learn. Like, I still feel like every day there's just so many more things I need to learn.
That's the wonderful thing about you, Mike. I have never, with all your vast knowledge, I have never seen an iota of arrogance, hubris, anything that would set you above anyone else, because you really care. You want to be approachable. You want to share your knowledge with everyone, and you try to make yourself as approachable as possible. And that shows so much knowledge by you. It just, you make me want to follow you every day to find out, how can I help realize this gentleman's goal? What can I do to be successful? How can I be more skilled at what I'm doing? What other skills does he need that I need to move forward to help achieve this dream, so that everyone can realize their goals? And I get up every morning and it makes me happy to do so.
I'm honored that you're here, Alonzo. I remember you took our course, you got hired and started working in the cloud. And I remember me trying to beg you to come back because I just thought so highly of you, and still do, as you know.
Well, let's be fair. It wasn't just a one-man job.
Yeah, Chris was
it was a tag team effort trying to get.
It was.
Yeah. So I know Angelo's got to leave here in just a moment. So I want to see if Angelo's got any last words for us.
Angelo.
Mike, it's been a tremendous journey, a journey that will continue to go on. I look forward to enjoying it with you. Wish you long life, much success, and for you to find and continue to enjoy true happiness.
Thank you, Angelo.
I know as you continue to do the work you do, you'll continue to feel that joy that's going to continue like a spring, just keep springing forth, because you're invested in people. And when you see people succeed, you have a shared joy with them. And it's one of those great things about life, that when you help people, you really feel joy with them. When you see them succeed and when you feel their joy, it's wonderful that as humans, we feel that shared connection with them. It's something that's unexplainable. There's no wire between us. There's no Wi-Fi that we're on the same network. It's just as human beings, when we have shared joy, when we have emotion, that we connect on a level that we just can't really explain. And I'm so grateful that I had the chance to work with you. I'm grateful I had the chance to learn from you and continue to learn and grow. I watch your videos. I'm glad to be a part of the sessions that I'm in, to learn from you and to grow and just to be a part of the team. And so once again, continued success. There's much love that you can feel from the community. There's much more coming from our families as well, all the people that you've indirectly affected in positive ways. And so I'm very grateful for the chance I've had to work with you and with the team. Look forward to continued success with you. And like Wallace said, it's just the beginning, but it's been a beautiful beginning. It's going to have an awesome middle and even better continuation. So enjoy the day, enjoy the love. There's much more where that came from. And I'm just grateful to have the chance to interact with you and continue to be part of the team.
Thank you, Angelo.
We love you, Mike.
Yeah.
Thank you, Angelo.
Thanks, Angelo. Great words.
Thank you.
You have a great evening.
Appreciate
We'll see you
Angelo.
all.
All right. So I've got a message that was sent to me by one of the students on Slack here just now. They asked me to read it out loud, and I'm afraid by doing this, I'm about to get like 50 more messages on Slack from people asking me to read them out loud. But I'm gonna read it out loud. We'll see what happens. But after I read it out loud, I'm gonna ask Benedict, Ebenezer, and Wallace to say any last words, because we do have to wrap it up. We all got lives. Mike has stuff to get to. I have a voice to save. I'm going to the doctor in the morning.
Thank you, Chris.
I had an appointment scheduled on Sunday. I moved it up to Friday. You're all
Good.
gonna be happy.
Good.
All right. So let me read this, and if any more come in, I will read them, and I'll tell the doctor tomorrow that you all made me read them. So this one comes from Mark Milovanovich. I never can say it correctly. Mark Milovanovich. There we go. Got all the vowels there. Love you, Mark. He is currently at work, so that's why he couldn't pop on. He says, your mentorship has been more than guidance. It's been an inspiration. Your unwavering faith in us has not only shaped our professional paths, but also forged friendships that transcends the classroom. The Go Cloud Careers family is enriched by your wisdom, trust, and generous spirit. I want to express my deepest gratitude to you for being more than just a mentor, but a friend. Here's to you for inspiring us to reach new heights, for encouraging us to strive for excellence, and for always being there as a trusted confidant and guide. Again,
well, thank you, Mark. Mark, you know exactly how I feel about you and how impressed I am with you as a person, you as a network architect, and I appreciate everything you said. You have no idea, and you can obviously tell how much that hit me. But Mark, thank you.
All right. So I will start with Ebenezer here. Ebenezer, any last words here for Mike on this special day?
Yes. I want you to know that there is this proverb that says that apples don't fall far from the tree, right? What you've done to us, the knowledge you've imparted on our lives, and how far we've come from where we started. I just want you to know that you are the apple tree. Oh! And we are the apple. We are bearing the fruits, and every day we are just becoming better versions of the apple that you are, and we keep falling and giving better to the community. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for giving everything up to just make sure we become who we intend to be in the future. I know business and tech better now than before. I'm more confident. I can communicate with CX levels thanks to you. I knew what I was when I started. I knew what I've been through. But thanks to you, I can tell the difference now. And the sky is not even the limit. It's just the beginning. Thank you. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Mark. And well, as I hear you speak and I think about, oh my God, how far you've come, I'm just so grateful to be part of it. And Chris is muted, which we all do.
Yeah, I was saying thank you, Ebenezer. I'm going to go ahead and take you off screen as we start to wrap things up. Thank you again. Beautiful song earlier. Thanks for
wonderful
sharing your son on screen with us.
Yes, we love seeing him.
All right. All right. And as I said, I was afraid by reading a message off from a student I was going to be more. So here we go. from Quentin. Mike, your leadership has meant everything to me. You've changed mine and others' lives for the better, not letting me give up on myself. I wish you nothing but happiness and success. Thank you, Mike. Happy birthday.
Thanks so much, Quentin. I'm super excited to see you back in class. I can't even wait to see all the amazing things you do.
All right. I'm kind of glad I did this at the end and not at the beginning, because I would not have survived. I'd have been sending them to Alonzo saying, Alonzo, read these. All right.
Pass it if you need to, Chris.
All right, Benedict. Any last words for us?
Yeah, I just want to say, Mike, continue with the good work you've been doing. It definitely has an effect on us. When I newly came to Canada, I had an interview for a network engineering role, and after the interview, the hiring manager said to me, "You know, I was thinking of a network engineer now, but in a few months from now, we're going to be, rolling out a cloud architect role, and I think we are more suited for that role."
Love that.
And that was when I knew that Mike has had a profound effect on my life. And I want to thank you because I know that many other members of the community are also feeling this way. And we are definitely grateful that we've come across you. And we hope that God continues to bless you and keep you strong and give you the wisdom necessary to lead this great community. So that's all.
Thank you, Benedict. And I love hearing that when someone goes on a network engineer and they get told they're a cloud architect. That's exactly what I love to hear.
Thank you, Ike. That's all for me, Chris.
All right. Thank you, Benedict.
Thanks, Benedict.
Really appreciate you joining us.
Me
I'm
too.
going to have to get you in line for another class. I know the students enjoy it. So,
no problem.
All right.
Yeah.
Sure they will.
Have a good evening.
Excellent.
All right. And before we get to Wallace, we've had from our team tonight, we've had Collins on here, we've had Ebenezer on here, we've had Oforka on here. We've not had Tyrone on here. Tyrone is behind the scenes running things with me. So if Tyrone wants to pop on screen, he can. I know he's been a little under the weather. I also know it's like 1 o'clock in the morning there. So he's more than welcome to join us for impromptu. Leo said, quote, "I wouldn't know what to say." So that's Leo's reason for not popping on here. Calling you out, Leo. Chow said, "I'm in the middle of moving right now, so I can't join live. I hope you enjoy your birthday party." So she's in the middle of moving right now. So I just wanted to explain and maybe call out some team members, but just have a little fun. So, but Tyrone says I'm in my PJs.
I get that. Leo doesn't even have any idea how good he actually is and how much he actually knows. Leo is a person of extreme knowledge and such decency with such a great heart. And one day he's going to realize exactly how much he actually knows.
Yeah. All right. So Wallace, you got any last words for us?
Yes, I do. Mike, there are so many things in my mind and in my heart that I want to say to you. But I'm just going to sum it up to say thank you for everything.
You're welcome, and thank you for everything, Wallace. Thank you for contributing so much to our community.
Thank you so much, Wallace.
All right. Thank you, Wallace.
It's always great seeing you, man.
Always. When I saw you, I was so happy.
Waking up to join us.
I mean, I wouldn't miss it for the world. Thank you so much. You've given me everything. You've given me everything. I'm confident at work. I'm a go-to resource now at work. Only because I follow you, I watch your videos, I learn, I stay up late, I put down things that you've said, even in passing, and I jot it down. I've replicated Mike, and people look at me as knowledgeable only because I have seen a mentorship in you, and I have, really rigorously pursued it. So again, thank you so much. You've done unimaginable things in my life. Thank you. Alonzo, Chris, you guys wouldn't have made this happen if you weren't there with your skill, your dedication, and that passion also. I think at most of it all is the passion to see this dream from a small seed to become an acorn, a huge acorn tree. So I'm also extending my appreciation and my thanks to you guys. You make it happen. You make the magic happen every day. Thank you so much.
Thanks so
All right.
much, Wallace. I
Thank
appreciate
you, Wallace. All right, I'm going to let you go. Have a good night.
Yeah.
I'm going to do some Netflix before I sleep again.
Bye-bye.
Thanks again for coming. Have a good one.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
All right, so I've got one more video to play, and then I'm going to let Alonzo say some last words, and then let Mike finish up for us.
Hey, Mike. I would just want to wish you a very happy birthday. You're really such a big inspiration to everyone here at Gold Cloud, and to be honest, like none of us would be where we are without you. To be honest, like totally. I really appreciate your dedication to us students, constantly pushing us to strive for the best things that life has to offer for us. I thank you for trying to push that resilient mindset within us and everything. Like, I just appreciate you very much. Like, you're a godsend. Like, happy birthday, Mike, and I hope you enjoy your day.
Happy birthday, Mike, again, and thank you for creating such an awesome community where aspiring architects and seasoned architects can all come together, train hard in preparation to becoming the ultimate cloud architect. Once again, thank you for all you do.
There's a saying that goes that he who teaches someone to fish tends to help his family and generation. Mike, you've taught us how to fish, and we are going out there to fish and feed our family. I just want to say thank you. It means a lot to me, from the countless of lectures that you've given with life lessons and how to grow in our career. I just want to say thank you. I really appreciate everything.
Wishing you a very happy birthday, Michael, and a spectacular year ahead.
Hi, Mike. I just want to thank you for the passion that you show in everything that you do, and for the genuine care that you have for the students that attend your program. I can honestly say that you have made me a better architect, and that ever since I've been attending your program, that you have had a definite impact on my life. You've had a life-changing impact. And for that, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thanks.
Happy birthday, Mr. Mike. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, sir. I want to use this opportunity to say thank you to you, especially, and to the Go Cloud community as a whole. Thank you so much.
Being your student is truly a blessing. Many more returns of the day, Mike.
Thank you very much, Mike, for enlightening us with your deep knowledge and experience.
Happy birthday, Mike. Wishing you a wonderful day, and wishing you a wonderful year ahead, and hoping that it is both fruitful and healthy. I think it is a pleasure seeing all of your recordings, and also learning a lot from you. Years to another year of love, health, and happiness. Cheers.
Happy birthday, Mike. I hope you have a wonderful day filled with the cake, presents, and the good people around you. I'm so grateful to have you as my mentor. You are always so patient and understanding. You have a gift for making complex concepts easy to grasp, and I've learned so much from you. You are an inspiration to me, and I know I'm going to learn a lot from you. So I want to wish you a happy birthday and healthy birthday.
Thank you, Mike, for creating Go Cloud Career Family. Thank you for everything you did for us. God bless you and your family and your future. I wish you the best. Thank you.
Hey, Mike, it's Shamir. I just wanted to take a quick second to thank you for an amazing program. We are extremely, extremely thankful for everything that you do. Thank you.
Mike, you are a terrific teacher and a true inspiration. I wish you all the best, and in fact, your best year yet.
I'm grateful for your willingness and unselfishness for sharing your knowledge. It is much appreciated. Thank you for doing this.
Yes, thank you, Mike. I came across your class through the YouTube videos you've been making. And yeah, it just got me attracted and I decided to join the Go Cloud Careers. And ever since then, with my half-baked knowledge, it has gone into a full-blown knowledge and I'm still learning. And yeah, just want to wish you I wish you a blessed year. And
Hi there, Mike. Happy birthday. Thanks for everything. I know I don't exactly make it to class often, or ever, so I'm really sorry about that. But you have left an impact on me and my life in a way that I hope I get to share with you in a more open setting than a pre-recorded video someday. But as I'm saying this, I'm looking at the Thinking About Thinking, those 3 pages that you put out. That has been immensely helpful in my own personal growth and life. So, we haven't spoken before, but I hope you know that there are probably thousands of people just like me who you help so regularly. And thank you so much, man. Really, no other way to put it. Happy birthday.
I like that. I've never been. Don't make me class often or ever. But he's right. There's thousands of people that you don't even realize that you've impacted. And truly, I'm not going to talk much. Truly, this is literally only some of the videos. Like I had to, sorry people, I had to cherry pick the videos. I'll share all of them with Mike separately, but I had to cherry pick the videos that we had. So this is just some of them. So anyway, I'm going to let Alonzo say some last words, and then we will let Mike finally say some last words.
Michael Gibbs. I think about so many. What do you say when you've had hundreds of people who haven't even had a chance to speak across the world, around the corner, in the same state? And I am one of them. I've spent so much time, Lord knows so much money, going to people to ask about things that I didn't realize they didn't know. And I found you through YouTube, and you transformed my life. You have made me a better architect. You made me a better facilitator, a better communicator, a better person in general. You gave me a lot of reasons to reflect, to improve, to be a better person to share my knowledge with, to be able to grow into something I never thought I'd ever. Because of how you disseminated this knowledge, coming from a industry that was on the other side of the pendulum, you helped me to redefine my passion in something that I never thought I would be interested in. You, in your way. And then I ended up finding not only a mentor, but a great friend whom we are like 99% identical in how we think, how we speak, how we act, how we enterprise things. And you are something that I prayed for. You are something that is a prayer manifested in a person to help me guide my way into becoming a cloud architect and an enterprise architect and whatever future may hold for me. You are the facilitator of that. I learn from you every day, whether I say it or not, whether I show it or not, or anything. I'm able to do these things because I have front row seats to an innovator, an intelligent leader of cloud. And people, and I guess I could go all day because I like to talk. Even Chris knows that. But I can't say it enough about who you are as a man, as a husband, as a father to the feline, a communicator, a leader, an entrepreneur, a cloud thought leader, strategist. You have an effect on me that makes me be a better professional. I am grateful for you. I love you to pieces, man. You are an awesome gentleman. And I'm grateful that I have an opportunity to be your friend and to work under you in this awesome company. So I thank you. God bless you and keep you and manifest you and continue to move you forward across the globe. You have had people from all over, from pillar to post, Antarctica to South Pole, everywhere, the equator, everywhere speak to you. And that is, I don't know if you understand that gravity, but I surely do. And I'm glad to be a part of that.
Thank you, Alonzo. I don't think the world would believe how much me, Chris, and Alonzo actually love each other. I mean, this video and thing probably took Chris 50 hours, maybe more. If not more. And he had to literally remove me from every mailing list and the things that he had to do to put this thing together. Alonzo and I don't think people could imagine the degrees of conversations we've had on weekends, nights. And it's all about how do we help people achieve more in life. Same thing with Chris. I don't even know how to express the gratitude for the friendship of you and Chris and all of what you've done for me and my students. I can't even begin to describe that. So thank you both. And I think the degree that we will go to for each other when no one's looking is beyond anything that anybody could understand.
Yeah. So I'm going to let you wrap up the show, Mike. Don't make me buzz you.
Don't make me buzz me. Okay. So that's exactly
how buzz him on his birthday, man.
I don't want to buzz you on your birthday.
Well, the reality is I'm at a bit of a loss for words. I'm just so touched. I must have heard 60 different types of accents, maybe more. And realizing that, whether I heard an Ethiopian accent or a Nigerian accent or a Cameroonian accent or an accent from Sri Lanka or an accent from India or Pakistan, because we've heard them all, or England or Jamaica or any of the other, or Asia, we've heard so many accents, and I just absolutely love that. Plenty from South America too. I'm beyond touched by this. Thank you all. Seriously, all of you that made videos, and even those of you here, I love you all, and I'm so grateful that you're all here, and thank you. You honor me by doing more and bigger things in life. You honor me with your success, and just all of you that are here helping each other in the community, I am grateful for that. And I don't even know how to say thank you, but thank you. Thank you for all being part of this. This clearly affected me. I know some of my family is watching this. I know I texted my brother to see this. My wife's actually doing tumbling and gymnastics, but she's going to watch it with me when she gets home. She's all excited. And thank you again. I can't wait to see you guys that are my students in class. Those of you that are not, hopefully you'll join us someday. And if not, I'm happy to see you on YouTube or anywhere else. And keep going. Believe in yourself. Anything that can be dreamed can be achieved. All of it. And the only thing that limits us is our mind. So the world's unlimited for you, and go after it and go after your dreams. Thank you all so much.
Thanks, Mike.
Everybody knows I love my reggae.
All right, everybody. Thank you all for joining us, and have a good night. Happy birthday, Mike.